Tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today. Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
DiPietro and Rothenberg's NFL Draft Couchcast, April 23rd, exclusively on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Well, it is Monday. It is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. I am Chris Carlin. He is Dan Grassa in for Bart Scott today. Do you not hear me?
No, you're wearing anything in the ears there? Oh, he's got like an IFB. He's big time.
I just grabbed something. Yes, because
He's very vain. He's very vain.
Over what?
I don't know.
I have a lot of veins. That's it.
Varicose?
If you want to say, I mean, we'll find out. I don't know if they technically are or not, but they're certainly on their way.
How does one find out if they're varicose or not?
I will swing my calf up here right now.
That's what you want. That's what you want on a busy Monday.
Welcome to the show. We have so much to get to. How are you? How you doing? What's cooking?
I'm good. For a Monday, no complaints. A lot going on. There is a lot going on, isn't there?
It's Dr. Dan Grassa? Is that what that is?
That's
that what
me.
I'm told?
That's right. I play doctor on TV.
Well, we've got the Knicks, which, thank God. We've got the Mets, which, holy crap. We've got the Giants with Dexter Lawrence, which is just an amazing return. Whether or not you want to believe that, you're out of your mind if you don't. But we're going to start with the Knicks on Saturday night and then again coming up tonight. And, Dan, listen, this was a game where it was simply a take-care-of-business situation. They let it get cut down to single digits late. But there was never a moment in the second half of that game where I felt like the Knicks were going to lose the game. And more than anything, that was exactly what you would want out of a game one. That felt very much like the Knicks are a better team, and they're going to act accordingly, and that's what you're going to see in this series against Atlanta.
And shout out Prime Video that they didn't lose the feed at all during the game, which was much recommended.
We did it.
You can't guarantee that, by the way.
Yep.
You can't.
We did it.
So you got that at the very least. Thank God tonight is on good old terrestrial. We got NBC for game number 2. That'll change again, I think, for game number 3. But nevertheless, no. Look, I mean, they took a punch in the second quarter. I was out and about getting food during the second quarter going into halftime. And I can't remember who it was who hit the big 3 right before the buzzer there going into the half to cut it to 2. Mm-hmm. And I remember Tyler and Monica were talking about, so the Hawks are back in this game. They got a little bit of life. It'll be interesting to see how the Knicks come out in the third quarter. So I actually like the fact that they took a punch there a little bit, going into the locker room. Then they came out and they didn't appear any worse for the wear, which that's what you would expect in a series like this against a team that, look, we talked about it for a week. They're better than the Hawks.
The fact that it was a Kongwu is even a little bit more bizarre, and it gives you a little bit more of a moment at the time where you're thinking like guys like this, I don't want weird, almost cursed. I don't want weird stuff happening. I don't want to see weird stuff happening in a game one because that's where things turn sideways on you. But in the second half, it wasn't grab it by the throat, but it had it by the scruff of the neck. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They were never letting go of that. I never even felt like when the game was cut down to 8 that, okay, this is a real problem. I still felt like it's just one of those runs that teams go on, and then you take back control of it. Now, I could do without a 19-point first quarter and then 1 for 11 the rest of the way. I could do without a 2 or 3 shot first quarter for Cat and then turns it on late. At least, it beats the alternative. I'm not going to complain about that. But I don't expect 19-point quarters to continue. But just consistency would be a little bit nicer so that you're not actually watching a team go through the motions in real time, which can happen.
No, you're right about that. And, there were a couple of things, though. Look, if you want to look at positives, because we know that the Knicks have the distinct size advantage in this series, right? We knew this going in. They didn't necessarily dominate in the paint in this game. They didn't necessarily clean up, I think, on the backboards, maybe to the extent that we thought that they would. So all that being said, they still end up winning the game by double digits, even though they didn't flex their muscles to where we thought that they would have that distinct edge in this series against this team. So you like that. The other thing, the free throw disparity, which is what you would expect for the home team. Knicks were plus 11 just in terms of free throw attempts. Now, is that going to even out when we go down to Atlanta later on the week? Perhaps. Like I said, this always kind of caters to the home team. But, you mentioned Brunson with the 19. Look, he got him off and running there in the first quarter. It was good to see. Did he cool off a little bit the rest of the way? Yeah. But I'm not going to hold his feet to the fire. It was good to see that somebody then like Karl Anthony Towns took the torch in the second half and had a big second half and kind of, carried that torch to victories, which you would expect. And when you have a team like the Knicks that does have considerable punch and they have different ways to beat you, think about, we were talking about before the show, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. Maybe didn't light up the world offensively, but you know what? They're pretty damn good defensively, I think, on Saturday.
That, to me, is the number one takeaway of it all. Bridges defensively looked like Bridges that we thought we were getting. And that was excellent to see. That was incredibly encouraging. I've been one of the biggest Bridges critics for what has happened in his tenure as a Knick, or really what hasn't happened. And I understand that he showed up a couple of games in the playoffs last year. And if it is, as our guy Boombaka said, playoff Bridges is here. If it is that, great. If I can see that kind of consistency, that's where it's going to have my attention the most. Where it's players like that, I don't even care if Bridges scores 6 points in a game. If he's defending like that, the Knicks are going to be in a much better situation.
Absolutely. So you wouldn't say that's water under the bridges, would you? The criticisms?
Really?
Yeah, I went there.
You're better.
It's playoff Bridges.
You're better than that one.
Playoff Bridges.
I know. That's not playoff Bridges, though.
Because it's only game one.
Yeah. Okay, so you got to ease into it? Is that the thing?
I'm the Detroit Pistons.
You're the Karl Anthony Towns. Just wait till the fourth quarter.
That's right. Yeah. Wait till about, how about this?
12. That joke last night, that joke was Pistons-esque from last night.
Oh, boy. 12:32.
What a coinkydink that Bart's not here today.
Yeah, right. He took it. It was like back in the day, I'm not feeling good to go to school today after just like a loss where you don't want to face the world.
No, he did not call out sick. It was a planned out day, but still, it worked out well for him.
But the good thing about it, though, like if you're a Knicks fan, you look at this game and how everything played out on Saturday. 9 guys played. Did anybody really have a bad game? Did anybody really have oh, boy, that was a good... No.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody did their part. And the unfortunate thing about this, and look, that's what comes with the territory of being a good team, a team that has a lot of expectations, that is a strong favorite in this series. You're not going to learn anything about the Knicks against this opponent, unfortunately.
Well, no, the only thing you're going to learn is something negative.
Right, bad. It can only be bad.
Yeah.
So, but if everything goes according to, look, and this is even if they lose a game. Like, nobody's expecting them to go sweep. Like, I think we're in agreement. We both said it's going to go 5. Okay, great. If the Knicks handle their business and get rid of the Hawks in 5 games, that's business as usual. That's what we expected from this team in the series.
And it's pretty clear to me that it needs to be more. It needs to be a 5-game series, because that Boston Celtics team is not screwing around.
They're good.
And I know it's game 1, but that was just from the get-go. That was like, we are not letting up off the pedal at all. And so I fully expect the Celtics to be in a short series. And in no way can the Knicks be in a position where they are on shorter rest than Boston.
You know what's funny? Like,
I know we're jumping ahead of ourselves.
No, but and I'm not going to sit here and do a comprehensive breakdown of Celtics Sixers because that series is a joke. But I was reminded of the fact it's funny how, when you have those two teams on the same floor. Let's go back in NBA history. I think it was the 2017 draft. Sixers had the number one pick. Ben Simmons. Celtics took Jaylen Brown 2 picks later. And then fast forward 2 years after that, they took Markelle Fultz with the first pick, and the Celtics took Jason Tatum.
Here's what it was, because my dead body is still on a hill down off the Schuylkill River from when I worked in Philly.
Schuylkill?
Schuylkill.
Nice.
That was 2016 when they took Simmons. He sat out the entire year, but he could have played midway through, didn't, because if he won Rookie of the Year, you got a $5 million bonus from Nike. So only playing half a year, you're not going to win Rookie of the Year.
No.
Then secondly, I was banging the table for Markelle Fultz.
Washington's finest.
Oh, I was.
Washington's
I was all
finest.
over it. I'm like, you got to see this guy. This guy's unbelievable.
Remember a few years ago?
Forget about Tatum.
When he had that, revival, what was it, with the Magic?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Revival. I like the way you put that.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to put it on, Christ level, but it might as well have been considering where his career was.
Well, maybe more like one of those revival tents that travels around the country. That's about it. Because that's kind of been Markelle Fultz's career. Anyway, point being that when you look at where they are at the moment with the Knicks, this is going according to plan in every way. And I don't wish we had anything negative to say about it. I wish we had something a little revelatory to say about it, but I think you're 100% correct in everything you say. You're not going to learn much unless it's in the bad way. And I just hope that there is that continued urgency tonight. And there should be.
Right.
I don't expect there to not be. I would think that they would understand the importance of going to Atlanta without losing one of those games at home.
Don't screw up. I mean, don't play with your food, as they like to say, right? Don't go touch the money before it's there. Like, take care of business tonight.
Yeah.
Right? And the way I see this series, believe it or not, I think the Knicks will win the first 3, and then maybe Atlanta makes a last stand or one final stand in Game 4 on their home floor and then gets it back to New York, and then the Knicks wrap it up in 5. I expect them to win tonight, and believe it or not, it wouldn't shock me if the game is a little bit more decisive than we even saw on Saturday, because I think to a certain extent, there is a little bit of a feeling out period when you begin a series like this. And I know that they saw each other a couple of weeks ago in that game in Atlanta, but that's not really like the playoffs. I think that not just Atlanta getting their bearings in a hostile building, I think the Knicks had to go through some of that too. Because say what you want, a playoff crowd at the Garden is different than a regular season crowd. It just is. And I was even talking to a couple of people that were in the building on Saturday. Not to say that it was not electric, but they actually thought, it could be louder. It could be rowdier. So maybe tonight is that night.
At the very beginning of the game, I was in the car and I was listening to Monica and Tyler, and they were talking, well, this is NBA Finals right now. It was crazy right now at the beginning. And maybe it had that energy at the beginning, but it was never going to be one of those games. That game 1, round 1, where it was very matter of fact throughout that you were going to ever blow the doors off the place.
You think the opponent has something to do with that?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because
the Atlanta Hawks have been one of the most nondescript franchises in professional sports for 50 years.
100%. 100%. And look, even not having Trae Young here, right?
At least that gave him a personality.
That's what. As much as you liked it or didn't like it or whatever, but you're right. They're just there.
Life is always better when you have a villain,
right? But the Hawks are just okay. Think about growing up. Before there was all this internet, outrage, when there was a 3-6 series, a lot of those series didn't have a lot of buzz. Think about what a 6 seed was way back when. It was it was a nice team that won their 40 to 43 games or something like that. They got into the playoffs and. If they won a game, great. If not, oh well. And remember, growing up, the first round was 5 games, best of 5. And they might those teams get swept sometimes in 3 straight, and then they're done. They're out of the playoffs before they even got in the playoffs, it feels like.
All right, couple of things I want to hit you on. Number 1, Jalen Brunson getting kicked in the junk. I mean, this is C.J. McCollum after the game, and I like C.J. McCollum a lot. I actually think we've seen him do Get Up and some other things. I think he's got a really bright future if he wants to go into broadcasting.
Isn't he in the Players Union or something like that? Like
I believe he's heavily involved there, too.
He's the president. He's El Presidente.
He is.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here he is on Brunson and that whole situation.
I shot a jumper, and Jalen thought we were at a Broadway show. He acted it out until they reviewed it, and it's a normal jump shot, nothing there unnecessary, and I look forward to getting my $2,500 back.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold out your breath for getting that money back.
I was a little confused by that comment because he's like, I thought we were at a Broadway show. So I didn't know because like when I think Broadway, I don't think acting. I think like singing and dancing.
Yeah.
So he kind of like took me on a route that was a little, so I didn't know like if he meant, he started, as sometimes is a reference when you get hit in that area, you start singing soprano. You know what I mean? That's what so I don't know if Jalen like made a sound or something when he went down, but he was referring to the fact that he was acting, which, okay, I don't know how many other ways he wants to look at it. Maybe he didn't see the replay. Like, we all watched it. That looked like a straight kick to the you-know-what.
Yeah. There was no debating what that was, so I don't know how CJ thinks that he's definitively getting that money back. That I don't believe is going to happen. And then when it comes to Jalen, look, I'll be the first to point out how much Jalen flops. It's annoying sometimes. It absolutely is. That was not it. That was not that moment.
It was a direct hit.
Yes.
It was a direct hit. He got both of them.
He did. And he certainly acted like he got both of them. No doubt.
But again, like I don't.
And I shouldn't even say acted. He certainly responded like he got both of them.
I just don't understand too. Like, and again, we're not professional basketball players, but I played basketball growing up or whatever. I don't even remember if like back then was that a thing to where like when you were taking a jump shot, like all of a sudden you did like a crane kick. Like, what is all like the kicking out your legs now when you go up and take a shot? Like, when did this start?
If I did that, it wasn't on purpose.
But like, when did this start? Now it seems like everybody's doing it.
It feels like
you go straight up and take a shot.
You know what it feels like it started? Draymond.
Probably.
That's where it feels like it started. Where he would do that kind of thing because he knew he wasn't making the shot anyway. So I may as well draw some contact with it and do some damage.
I don't get it. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure the Garden Faithful tonight is going to make C.J. McCollum remember what exactly went down.
Here's a couple of the comments that are coming in over on the ESPN YouTube live chat where I would encourage you to get involved in the show. Primo Sabeo, please, McCollum, you did the jump kick 3 that Reggie Miller used to do. Reggie wasn't as bad about it.
No, not that deliberate.
Reggie was not nearly as bad about it. He kicked Brunson so hard he started singing soprano, as you just said. Yeah, we got that one. We're stealing Dan's lines now? What are we doing here, Black Metronome? And then this last one is about Hart and Bridges and the fact that they played as well as they did. That's Ken Smith chiming in on the chat. That, to me, is... I know we talk about this. It's a cat series. Oh, it's this, it's that. It's the consistency level from those guys are just, to me, so underrated and important. And I just want to see Bridges in particular, but Bridges and Hart continue to play on that level. I don't need Hart to be a complete shutdown all the time, but like the other day, they made life very difficult on the Hawks.
Well, think about Josh Hart. He played 37 minutes, 11 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and he was only 4 of 8 from the floor, which means he wasn't forcing shots. Yeah. And some guys, unfortunately, don't know their roles, and some guys, go in and chuck up a bunch of bad shots just because, I'm out there, I want to, gotta score, gotta contribute offensively. That right there, if you could script the perfect Josh Hart stat line, you got it on Saturday.
Here, by the way, was Jalen on McCollum's kick.
It wasn't purposeful, so we move forward.
It wasn't purposeful? Okay. I don't think he was trying to kick him in the groin per se.
I think he was just trying to draw contact.
Yeah, I think he was trying to kick him or play physically.
I don't remember. Was it a 3?
I don't.
Do you remember if that was a 3 or a 2?
I don't believe that was a 3.
Yeah, from what I remember, I think it was right inside the arc.
Just inside?
Yeah. I don't believe so, no.
Was he trying to draw like a 4-point play or something like that? Like if it was a 3, I don't know.
I mean, then we're pushing it, right?
But it's almost, you know what the weird thing about it is? Was it strange? Yes. Is that not what basketball is? Sure. But we've almost become like kind of numb to it all because like we just see so much nonsense now on the court with stuff like that.
No, I agree. We become numb to it, but we pay more attention to it in the postseason. Every little bit of contact we pay attention to. How is that not called? You know, we pay attention to all of it. Number two of the things that from the other day, I get it. We are I think the Knicks fan base is a much different demographic than it used to be. So there are the people in my age group who will look at what happened on Saturday after the game and say, like, come on, guys.
Yeah, but
what are we doing? You know, and they're going nuts after winning a playoff game. Here's what I would say to those folks, and of which you could certainly call me one.
And just let the people know so that maybe aren't on social media or whatever what you're referring to.
You're right. It's a good point. The fans out in the streets celebrating like it was Game 7.
Right.
Okay? This is happening all the time. It happened Game 1 of the season 2 years ago. That's where Bing Bong came from. Like, this is not going anywhere. They're going to be going nuts like this. And yes, I get it. You were in a time where that tough Knicks team didn't just celebrate wins. But this is not Isaiah Thomas grabbing the microphone and saying, welcome to the playoffs, and they're dropping balloons from up above when they win one playoff game. That's not what this is. This is just fans enjoying themselves outside and a younger group of Knicks fans that maybe does it a little bit differently than you. You're just aggravated that you can't get to the train faster. That's it.
And I think you said it. This isn't happening. Like, that's why, like, I saw the video Saturday night or whatever. It's like, we're not getting rid of this because you know what? Everybody sees it. It is a certain demo, like you said. There is a thing that people, you know, want to be internet famous and all this other stuff. And because of social media, because of the internet, like, this is not dying down ever. Ever. And because everybody's going to want to record a stupid video and then put it out there like, oh, Nick, whatever it is, and think that that's the best thing that ever happened to them in their lives. And let them do it. Like, they're not hurting anybody. That's fine. But when you don't go out there and win and achieve and cash in, like, let's say what happened to the Knicks last year, other fan bases, other cities, for example, like, let's say Boston, okay, with the way that the Knicks celebrated and the fans celebrated after knocking out the Celtics last year, if they are going to lock horns again in a couple of weeks in round 2, don't be surprised if they throw it right back in your face if you don't take care of your business, because they remember things like that.
Absolutely.
Teams and fan bases, by the way, that have championship DNA.
Trae Young basically did that.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Basically did that. So this team, though, the Hawks, does not have that villain, does not have that personality that's going to be out there kind of trolling them. And so I don't necessarily expect that to really transpire in the coming week or so, because I hate to be this guy.
Yeah.
I've been waiting a month and a half for the playoffs. And now after Game 1, I'm like, all right, give me to round 2.
No, but that's what it is. And guess what? You know what? And I brought it up earlier. Like, back in the day when the first round was best of 5, at least you disposed of the garbage faster.
Allow me to dispatch with this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's trim the fat faster. But now, because of TV and you could sell more games and playoff money, that's not changing. We're going to have to sit through a best of 7, which means you've got, and let's be real, I know it's only one game in each and every one of these series, outside of the Orlando-Detroit game last night, where the Magic, shocked the world by winning that one game. All the other games were kind of like ho-hum, the home team taking care of business. And it's like, is that what we're going to be dealing with for the next 2 weeks in this first round? There's just going to be like non-compelling basketball?
The best moment of the weekend might have been the end of the Warriors game on Friday. when Steve Kerr and Draymond and Steph are all hugging.
And then 30 seconds later, in true Warriors Draymond fashion, he gets 2 technicals and gets ejected from the game. I mean, like, you couldn't have scripted. And by the way,
that's the way it's supposed to go.
That wasn't even the playoffs, per se. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a tough 2 weeks. And from a Knicks perspective, you hope that it's boring for the next 2 weeks.
Is there anything that concerns you about Atlanta tonight? Is there anything that like me, I came into this series and I worry about Jalen Johnson, right? But it's not like they didn't shut the door on him the other day, but there was no point where I felt like he's taking this game over.
No, because the one thing another thing, like you said, right? Jalen Johnson, Daniels, what he does to Brunson. Like, okay, if you want to talk about like what could go wrong, Knicks turned the ball over a lot on Saturday too. They did, but the Hawks didn't get a chance to get out and run, because that's the one difference between the two teams. We know that the Knicks are they love to play in the half court. They're very methodical. That's what happens when you got a guy like Brunson as your point guard. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You take the good with the bad, right? They're not going to be a team that's going to be, running up and down the court. Atlanta does that. When Atlanta's going good, they get out in transition. They like to get out and run. They're 5th in the NBA in pace. You know what I mean? So they need to play fast. Knicks gave them chances to do that Saturday. Like I said, Knicks turned them over 11 times, but the Hawks didn't make them pay. You know what I mean? So if we've already seen a less than perfect game from the Knicks, and that was the best the Hawks can do with it, I don't think that that's changing much the rest of the series.
More of your comments coming in on the ESPN New York YouTube chat, where you can watch the show, see every last minute of it, because why wouldn't you want to see the pictures that go with this? And then also at 800-919-3776, is there anything that concerns you about the Hawks? Is this series in your mind already over? I know we're jumping the gun, but that's what we do. We act irrationally, because that's what responsible sports radio people do. Bart and Carlin, Dan Crossa in for Bart, ESPN New York. You're welcome.
You wouldn't want to play a whole season with a bad knee and hope that it just gets better, right? So why would you do that in real life? If you have back pain, neck pain, or sciatica is slowing you down, you need a real game plan. That's Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no meds, just precise non-surgical treatments designed to get you moving again. Same day or next day appointments are available. Most major insurances are accepted. Go to SandwellPain.com and get back in the game right away.
The Knicks.
In the lane with two. Floater at the horn is good and rattled in. 19 first quarter points for Brunson.
The Hawks.
Deuce off the dribble. Buries a three. Deuce McBride came to play in the fourth quarter.
The NBA playoffs.
All the way to the rim. Right-hand bank shot and a foul. Karl Anthony Towns is taken over.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
New Jersey Turnpike northbound side, big problems on the eastern and western spurs. The eastern spur, intermittent closures. All lanes could be closed time to time. There's a crash involving a bus and about 4 vehicles by the Vince Lombardi service area. Dead standstill there. And the northbound western spur with a lot of alternate traffic, so plan on a lot of traffic up toward the George Washington Bridge. And we're not done yet. 70-minute delays, over an hour at the GW Bridge upper level. That's all blaming it on an accident on New York's 95 at the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. Southbound BQE, westbound 278 from Northern Boulevard all the way to the Manhattan Bridge. It's a jam-packed ride. And the Van Wyck northbound side, the ramp to the LIE westbound, it's a crash on that exit ramp. Severe delays on the subways. 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines are all affected because of signal issues by Nevin Street. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Boost.com/880.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver, and we are all getting ready for the Mubadala, New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York, and can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Now, what is your role as driver of the U.S. Sail GP team?
So, as a driver, you kind of have two different roles. One is trying to help make sure that the boat is going, as fast as you can around the racetrack. And then in addition to that, kind of the decision maker on board and, using the information that I'm getting from the whole team and the coach booth to kind of make those split-second decisions around the racetrack.
It sounds like an awesome atmosphere. What's the energy going to be like sailing right at New York City?
There's no better feeling racing in front of the home crowd, representing our country and hearing their cheering through our headsets that we have on board is, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. So we're pumped.
We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
If you manage an active facility, you don't have time for disruption. Tricon Construction specializes in working inside healthcare, commercial, and industrial buildings without shutting operations down. That means tight planning, clear communication, safe, disciplined execution, because when patients are inside, when tenants are working, when production can't stop, there's no margin for mistakes. When it has to be handled professionally and handled right, Tricon is the only choice. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Evan Cohen here. Did you know the average employer sorts through about 250 resumes for one job opening? That's a lot of time reviewing applications. Well, if you're hiring, here's good news. You can now review resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Don't forget, I don't know if you know, NFL Draft Thursday.
When?
Thursday.
This Thursday?
That's right. Way to sell it, Dan. April 23rd. New York is on the clock. The Jets pick 2nd and 16th. The Giants now picking 5th and 10th. Update the copy.
No, it's not updated.
And the 10th pick.
Yeah, that I will take the blame for that one.
I'm not yelling you. I'm yelling at the situation because it's so exciting. I'm not knocking you for not updating the copy.
Yeah, but I think
I'm saying update the copy. We got another top 10 pick.
I think you should also yell at me because that can make for good content.
No. Now, see, listen,
Tom, you got to update the copy.
I don't do that just to rip on you because I was that guy for the longest time. And I've got a lot of therapy sessions since that I have gone to and thus paid for as a result of it. And a lot less hair, but that was born out of stress, 100%. Anyway, the Giants pick 5th and 10th. Rick DiPietro, Dave Rothenberg breaking it all down live. Can you imagine Dave when he got the news the other night that the Giants had landed the 10th pick for Dexter Lawrence? I mean, was that a get naked moment for Dave? If he got naked during the Super Bowls, it might have been get naked.
I was texting with him on Saturday night. I couldn't believe that they got what they got, and he was thrilled.
Yeah, I don't know how you're.
I think he was behind the wheel too, like he was driving from Pennsylvania, so that's why he kind of was just processing this, like as he was, on any good old road there, USA.
Any old good old road.
Well, in the country, especially those 2-lane interstates.
About Route 80? You want to just say?
No, I
Route
don't even
80?
think it was an 80. I think it was just pick 3 digits, and we're going to say that's the route.
Hey, join ESPN New York's Couchcast, your second screen for the NFL Draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, everything New York fans care about. Watch along, react with us. Do not miss a single moment. It's ESPN New York's Couchcast on Draft Night, April 23rd, 8 p.m. It is presented by Calandra's Bakery. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you can go and comment, and we will get some of those comments in here shortly. Let us first start, though, with David in Elizabeth to start us off today. D, what's going on, dude? How are you?
What's going on, Dan? What's going on, Chef? Do you guys hear me clear?
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Dave?
What up, fellas? Hey, Chef. Hey, man, I want to give you your flowers from the other day. You're telling a story with Bart, and you guys are talking about Antonio Cromartie and him having so many kids and your dad having so many kids, and they're like, hey, how's the fat one? Oh, you mean Chris?
Yeah. That's basically it. Because mine had 5 and 6.5 years, and then me 8 years later. So in so many ways, I was one big afterthought. Wow. I was not supposed to happen, and... Yeah, that is. Oh, that's right. We got a fat one too. How's he doing?
That is prolific.
Yeah, but look
That's a
how
hell of a
confident you are, though. Look at that. You started off as a mistake, and look, you the man.
Oh yeah. Look, this is what it's become. What's going on?
Oh man, love you guys, man. We're not gonna let Bart off the hook. He's not here today, but we're gonna get him.
Yeah.
But, to be honest, man, great basketball all weekend. Yeah, blowouts, things of that nature, but. I think we need to be aggressive tonight, and, we can make it 2-0. I don't see us sweeping them because I think they can make a run. I see that they're a scrappy team, and not for nothing, they could probably give us some trouble. But if we get off with a good win tonight, I think we'll be solid. And as far as the draft, man, I don't know, man. We're here now, so we're going to figure out if this is a smoke screen or not. So I don't know. We'll figure it out, Dan and Chef. Appreciate you, gentlemen.
All right. Appreciate it.
It's funny, I was talking about this the other day after the Hornets laid a big fat egg on Friday night.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about laying an egg. I mean, they didn't even...
We were all scared to death of the Hornets. How would that work out?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, the Hornets and the Atlanta Hawks were probably the two teams, certainly in the Eastern Conference, that had the most momentum in the second half of the season, right? They authored this great story. Everybody's, who don't you want to play? Watch out for Charlotte, man. They're dangerous. Watch out for Atlanta. Okay, so Charlotte showed their true colors in that game on Friday night. And now the Atlanta Hawks, I know it's only one game in this series, but I think that it's also appropriate where you say to yourself, all right, now this is the real season. What type of performance are you actually going to get? And at least in game one, it was just, right?
Yeah. I think that's a great way to put it. That was pretty much it. I didn't see anything out of them. You want to talk about a Kongwu going 4 for 6 from 3?
Great.
Fantastic.
Everybody could shoot threes now in the NBA. Seriously.
Am I going to get nuts over Alexander Walker? He's a good player. He does some really good things, and you can see where he could be a problem sometimes. The guy that I was really concerned about throughout would have been Jalen Johnson, and I did not see anything in game one that now puts me in an alarmist-type mode for game two.
It's funny, and also, you look at their bench, right? We thought the Knicks have a distinct advantage as far as that's concerned, right? And they did. Jonathan Kuminga, he did nothing in that game the other day.
Nothing.
Did absolutely. What's funny about the Hawks, and I had on Bob Rathman on Saturday. They're
long-time voice
TV,
of the Hawks.
Fantastic guy.
Yeah,
Hall of Famer. Georgia's the Hall of Famer, not basketball Hall of Fame, but maybe he will be one day. One of the things I wanted to ask him, I forgot. Why is a guy like Buddy Hield nailed to the bench in Atlanta there? The dude can get hot at any given moment and chuck up some threes and they go in. That last game of the year that Atlanta played against Miami, that they tanked, or whatever you want to call it. He had 31 that day against the Heat. Like, this is a professional score in the NBA. I know that he's, like, well-traveled or whatever, but, like, you mean to tell me he's not good enough to get even a minute? And we're throwing Zach Reese-Sachet out there just because he was the number 1 overall pick in the draft? When do we call that a bust, by the way? Are we at that point yet?
I think we're close.
How do you say bust in French?
Reese-Sachet.
That's how you say it?
Yes.
It's interesting. You might be right, by the way.
It's like how you say Bonilla in Italian is DiPietro. It's the same thing.
That's good.
Thank you. I've used that joke too many times. But you know what you just did unwittingly is you hit me with a Buddy Hield, and it made me immediately think, well, Buddy Hield, how much should that guy make?
It's time to play. How much did that guy make?
Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's a good name.
Ooh.
Buddy Hield's
Oklahoma.
a good name. The rules of our game are as follows. If you're unfamiliar, it just pops up every once in a while.
I wasn't expecting this game today, but I'm happy we're playing it.
Neither was I. Here's what happens. Take a guess at the career earnings to this day of the player in question. And you think, when you hear that name, how much did that guy make? That's really, I need a little bit more. I need to get the production changed because I need a little bit more indifference, a little bit more annoyance in the voice of, how much did that guy make? You know what I mean?
I think you're selling it well enough, though. I don't think you need to alter the production.
So here's the question. I will tell you that Buddy Hield has 2 years left on his current contract, but I'm talking about through today in his career earnings. Buddy Hield in the league since 2016.
16. Was he I'm going to go with was it a number 7-ish pick overall?
Sure. Why not?
No, because isn't there like a structure, salary structure?
He was number 6 overall.
6.
Number 6 overall in 2016. Buddy Hield, nailed to the bench for the Hawks. How much did that guy make?
We're talking a decade, pretty much. I think he did, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did sign a post-rookie, like, ridiculous contract. You know what I mean? Like, I do think he got a healthy payday when it came time for that second deal as an NBAer. Wow. 10 years in the league. I'm going to say.
Oh, you're stalling here, Grasso.
Yeah, we really are.
I'm going to go.
What, are you looking it up?
You're looking at me right now.
Anything.
My hands are right here. Unless I'm,
He's
have
not Tom
one of
Bauer.
those, let's go with one. Let's go 115.
$115 million to Michael Boumbaka or Matt Boumbaka.
Either or.
Mikel Boumbaka.
Mikel.
Manuel.
I originally was thinking way too high. And I first thought was 377. I'm bringing that.
Whoa.
377 million. 707 million was the first thought. But I'm going to bring it down. I do think he cleared over 200 million in his career. Put me at 207.
207 for Boumbaka on Buddy Hield career earnings.
See, I think he's too high. I think I'm way too low.
Now we go to Tom Bauer. Tom Bauer, what is your guess on how much Buddy Hield has made?
Before I give you that, fun fact. Bust in French, Bouzier.
Really?
That's right.
Bouzier.
Bouzier.
Not far from
Reese-Sachet.
Reese-Sachet.
Oh, Bouzier.
Anyway. I'm going to go 162 on Buddy.
I can't do the fake French accent.
Oh, oui.
I can't even do it well.
Bouzier, Reese-Sachet.
All right, you're going 162, Boumbaka 207. And we've got a 115.
Yeah, I don't like it.
On Dan Grassa, our winner. Dan Grassa, 122.9.
Wow.
So I was right on.
122.9. He has a current contract that over the next 2 years will pay him an additional $20 million.
Now, what was the first
biggest
extension?
Number? The first extension would have come in 2020.
Yeah.
With the Kings.
Yeah.
And it went to $24.9 million that first year. I'm sorry. Yeah, $24.9 million that first year. So that would be his big extension there. That's the most he made in 1 year. He made 21 another year. But, yeah, it's been a fruitful career for one Budrick Hield at 122.
Isn't he from, like, Bahamas or Jamaica, one or the other? I think he's originally from.
I don't know the answer to that.
The answer to the question is, stand by, that would be the Bahamas. He was born in the Bahamas, yes. Would you say the birth name was Budrins? Is that what you said?
Budrick.
Budrick.
Yes.
Okay.
Boy, I can't get the initial contract breakdown, which is.
Do you want to? If I just turn this around and show you, like,
his rookie extension was 4 for $94.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. I didn't think it was like some super max deal, which I get. I mean, 4 for $94 is pretty good. But do you want to talk about how like ridiculous NBA trades are nowadays? Like, you know, where they trade the rights to some guy who's like not even born yet, like 15 years down. Like, just look at all the Buddy Hield transactions, including that one in particular. Like the length of that. Like, just, you don't even have to read the names.
Part of a 6-team trade.
Yeah. And with all of those, like, who would have the time to sit there and cultivate this entire deal?
No, I'll pass, thank you. Yeah. His contracts were, his rookie contract, 4 for 16, then 4 for 94, then 4 for 38.
Good for him, man.
Buddy Hield.
And think about it. He's got to play. This is a guy who's nailed to the bench, right? Can't even get off the bench. He's already got almost $10 million coming his way next year. And then the year after that, a player option, which means if nobody wants you, you know what? I'll kick in the option myself for $10 million. That is good living if you could get it.
It certainly is. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Practice your jump shot, kids.
ESPN New York YouTube channel where you can go and comment and be a part of the show that way. We also would encourage you to be on the phones at 800-919-3776. On Game 2, what concerns you? Does anything concern you? Or are you already ready for the Celtics? Let's go. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Now through April 23rd, get to Floor & Decor's flagship store in Brooklyn at 850 3rd Avenue. Enter the Design Your Day with K sweepstakes presented by Floor & Decor. Discover unmatched selection, unbelievable prices, plus standout looks in tile, wood, stone, and more. Explore fresh ideas, find your inspiration, and see real people, real projects. The Design Your Day with K sweepstakes, only at Floor & Decor in Brooklyn, now through April 23rd. Visit ESPNNewYork.com for full details and rules.
Ten minutes, Phil Simms will join us to preview the draft in his final lead up to the draft. And we will get into plenty, including, as you would expect, the trade of Dexter Lawrence at 800-919-3776, which was big news Saturday night. Stewart in the Bronx is up first, though, here, this segment on ESPN New York. Stupendous, what's up?
Hello, how you doing?
Oh, you know. What do you got?
Oh, good. How you doing, fellas? Listen, I'm a Knicks fan, right? I'm calling from the Bronx, and I like what I saw for Game 1. You know, I like to see Shannon, I hope I'm saying the name right, be more in the corner, shooting threes instead of being the backup point guard. And
Shaman.
And Townsend looked good, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that we're standing on business. And if we continue to play like this, then we're ready for a title run.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stuart.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate the call. We're all better for it.
I said sarcasm from Dan. I don't know. Title run. Not.
I actually,
are you skeptical of the Knicks standing on business right now?
I forgot to tell you.
What?
I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry.
What's the matter?
I don't know if I should tell John first or not, or I should just...
You do whatever you... Listen, you don't have to tell me anything.
I got to duck out early, actually, because I was going to go wait in line for finals tickets this afternoon based on that Game 1 performance. Like Stewart. Stewart and I are going to camp out for finals tickets.
What are you going to a 1993 Sam Goody? Where are you going to go wait for tickets?
They didn't have Ticketmasters at Sam Goody's,
Yes,
did
they did.
At Sam Goody?
Absolutely, they did.
Really?
Yes. I was first in line for Van Halen in 92. That happened.
When did that end? I know we're dating ourselves, but this is actually important to me.
Probably mid to late 90s, I would think.
No. Like the waiting in line for Ticketmasters? No.
Where you could. It was still it was an option.
That's what I mean. Like, when did the option end?
I think mid to late 90s.
No, because I remember...
The internet came in, 93, 94?
Do you know when the last time I remember doing that and got shut out, ironically enough, was Nets finals first year. So that was 2002.
How did you get shut out when they didn't sell out?
No, they did.
Like, there were a couple of games the Nets
against the Lakers.
Oh, maybe it was against the Spurs. I'm thinking of.
Well, that's a different story. I actually camped out at the Meadowlands overnight.
Really?
For those two, and I got all 3 games.
Okay.
But the Lakers ones, no, I actually went to a local. Do you remember? And this was one of the greats.
Tower Records.
Remember CD World?
I don't.
There was like a handful of them around New Jersey.
I don't remember CD World.
Compact Disc World. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah. Now I don't know why you say CD World and I don't remember it, but then you say Compact Disc World. Oh, yeah, of course. It does. It actually does now register.
So they had a Ticketmaster.
Right.
So obviously, like, you think about where they're pooling all these tickets from, like when those finals tickets went on sale. I went to the local one by me. So, like, let's say tickets went on sale at like 10 a.m. By like 10:01, 28 seconds, like their particular gone. Like they couldn't pull up any more from the computer.
All right. Put it on the poll on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Have you ever slept out for tickets?
And
or have you ever waited in line to buy tickets?
Yeah, I did. And
for a concert or a game.
Because I got shut out that first year. I still wasn't working in the business. I was still in college. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then so that next year, it had gotten to me like, if you want tickets, you got to get it at the arena. So I went to Continental and literally camped out overnight, me with a bunch, like thousands of people, but got tickets the next morning when they went on sale.
Black Metronome with me. It was San Goody. They did absolutely do it. And Chris, probably early 2000s that stopped.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Like I
Feels
said,
late.
Mine was 02. It was 2002 in June.
That was at the Meadowlands that you did that.
The second year.
The first year you went to
CD World.
CD World and you got shut out.
And then the next year, Meadowlands box office and got all 3 home games.
How many people at CD World were in front of you, and was the new Fine Young Cannibals album out?
By 2002? They were like a late 80s hit.
I don't know.
She Drives Me Crazy was like 87.
I know, Dan. I was just reaching down and there was nothing.
I don't want to
there.
mislead people. That's why. There was maybe about at least 10 to 12 ahead of me. So I had no
10 to 12 people in line for Nets finals tickets. It's pretty good.
No, and I think that there may have only been 1 or 2 people in that particular line that got tickets. Because like I said, they went like that.
Yeah. I remember being at the Spurs final and the game wasn't sold out. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Wait, come on.
Back then, do you remember who because again, they were the Nets, right? And they didn't really have like celebrity fans, but do you remember like by the time they made those final runs, who became the quote unquote celebrity Nets fan and showed up to those finals games sitting courtside?
Bruce Willis?
Correct.
Yeah. So,
and he got on the mic during one of the timeouts to like rev up the crowd, I remember.
He also did an interview. Did they play the Raptors in one of those
No,
rounds?
not those 2 runs, no.
Okay. He did get interviewed, I thought it was by a Toronto reporter at a Nets game, where the guys ended the interview by saying, yippee-ki-yay, and Bruce Willis said, yippee-ki-yay, mother effer. He said it
so
on TV.
He went with it.
Yes. Another time.
Maybe he became a Raptors fan after the Nets thing fizzled.
Somebody at the Nets game was a big Ann Ligori fan on WFAN.
I haven't seen or talked to Annie in years.
Lovely woman.
Since maybe like the 07 U.S. Open.
Yeah.
When I was sitting next to her for 2 weeks.
Lovely woman.
Yeah. It was great.
Somebody handed Bruce Willis a cell phone back in the early days of cell phones, calling into Ann's show.
A flip phone.
Yes, a flip phone. And, Ann goes, wow, actor Bruce Willis joins us. I gotta go.
Kibosh. That was it. Didn't happen.
I gotta go.
I'm out.
I felt terrible for Annie, but it was funny.
She was into it. She was committed. She was going to...
Oh, she was thrilled to have him on, and I don't blame her, but it was like, it's in the middle of the game in the arena, and somebody just said, here's a phone,
God.
talk to this woman for the interview on the radio. Actor Bruce Willis, I gotta go.
But yeah, he was at those games, courtside. I don't remember if
him
he was...
and TJ Kidd.
I don't remember if Bruce Willis was born in New Jersey or went to because he might have been an Army brat.
Yeah. He spent a lot and they had a house in New Jersey, too, at the time.
Yeah.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Dan Grassa is in for Bart. Have you ever waited in line to buy tickets to a concert or a game is the poll right now over at the ESPN New York YouTube channel, and we're breaking it around 50-50, which I'm a little surprised by. 800-919-3776. Philly Wiz says he worked at the CD World in Paramus. Shout out.
Dude, I miss, that was legit the go-to place. You remember they had, Club CD. You paid, I don't know, it was $12 for the year. But I kid you not, if you were part of the Club CD, you go to the CD Worlds, their prices were lower than any of the other retailers for CDs.
That sounds like that Columbia Record Club thing.
No, this was it was $11 or $12, and you know what the kicker was? If you were a club member? How about this? Coolest part. Brand new CD, shrink wrap down it and everything. You bring it up to the counter. Hey, I want to take a listen to this one. They'd open it. They'd have the setup CD players. You could sit there and listen to it and say, do I like it? Do I not like it? Am I going to purchase it or not?
That sounds like Baskin-Robbins.
Before iTunes and Spotify, kids.
That is Baskin-Robbins right there. Give me a taste.
Give me a little flavor.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Grassa in today.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
The Knicks.
In the lane with two. Floater at the horn is good and rattled in. 19 first quarter points for Brunson.
The Hawks.
Deuce off the dribble. Buries a three. Deuce McBride came to play in the fourth quarter.
The NBA playoffs.
All the way to the rim. Right hand bank shot and a foul. Karl Anthony Towns is taken over.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up, FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, play your game and make your picks with confidence. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
DiPietro and Rothenberg's NFL Draft Couchcast, April 23rd, exclusively on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Attention, New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios home internet for an incredible $20 a month, guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with autopay, mobile, and home and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios base monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 60 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN155263. MSRP $37,455. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per month for $1,000 financed. And it's $430.26.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
11 a.m. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Dan Grassa in for Bart today. The draft is coming up on Thursday, and the Jets and Giants now have 4 picks in the top 16, the top half of the first round after the Dexter Lawrence trade. That brings us to the Sims Spotlight.
This is the Sims Spotlight. With former Giants quarterback Phil Simms on Bart and Carlin.
He is the great Phil Simms, who has been fantastic at enlightening us regarding these draft prospects throughout the last several weeks. And we speak to him one final time before the draft finally comes up. Philip, how are you?
Chris, Dan, I'm doing well. And like I said last week, boy, when it's all over, this draft is over, I'm going to take my computer and throw it away. Because man, there's so much that goes on. You hear stuff, and you go, well, let me look into that. Maybe I'm wrong and all that. But, yeah, when it's over, then I say these things, and by 3 days after the draft, I'll be complaining. What am I going to talk about now? So, but, hey, the Giants and Jets, you said it. What's going on with them, how exciting it is. And Giant fans, I'm going to go right at it right now. Are you happy now with Joe Shane? Is he doing okay? Yeah, I think he's doing damn good. And, maybe he didn't have total control, but he's looking up, and him and John Harbaugh are getting together, deciding what they want to do. And just a really good move by them, and fortunate. They got Dexter Lawrence to the Bengals and got that pick.
All right, so let's talk about that, Phil. What was your initial takeaway when you heard that news, especially after we had reached a point where Dexter Lawrence, had his people leak, we're done playing for the Giants last week?
Hey, look, as soon as I saw it, I went, wow, what a great thing for the Giants. It's not against Dexter Lawrence, just the fact they can add another young player at whatever position they decide to do that at number 10. And, of course, they're going to wait and see who goes to find out where they're going to go with that 10th pick. But, yeah, Dexter Lawrence, the age, all that. And, I think that's a problem. And, they didn't want to give him a new contract. So it worked out for both. But I don't know how you guys felt. I want to hear it. The 10th pick, that's probably what got me. That I would have never thought they would get a first-round pick in doing what they did.
And especially less than a week until the draft arrives, Phil. That's what was kind of the shocking thing about it. And the team that they did business with, too, because, we all know the book on Cincinnati. They're not an organization that's notorious for spending big money. Certainly not on defensive players. They allocated a lot of their resources to Joe Burrow and the receivers and that sort of thing. I guess I'll put it to you this way, because this is how I kind of look at the deal in itself. From a Bengals perspective, would you rather have Dexter Lawrence, or would you rather have the 10th pick in the draft and Trey Hendrickson still on your team if you decided to pay him?
Okay, a lot there, but I would say no. I think they had to do it. They want a person or getting a player that can do it right now. And they don't want somebody drafting somebody new and bringing him in there. Well, he's got to adjust to the NFL. And I think I said this to Chris and Bart, I'm not sure whatever. Bill Parcells always told me, besides playing quarterback, the toughest position to adjust to in the NFL is interior defensive line, because you are getting hit from everywhere, and you got to get used to that. So this fits the Bengals. It gives them, a pretty damn good defensive front up there right now. They're making it better to try to stop the run. And I look at all of it and just say this. They got to get a lot better on defense, so their offense has more opportunities and not put under the gun that we got to score 35 points today to have a chance. Because the defense last year, it was borderline horrendous. So they're trying to fix it up, and we'll see how it works for them.
The great Phil Simms joins us right now. Would this, or can this, alter what the Giants' plans would be in the draft, not just now having the 10th pick, but also what you do with the 5th pick?
I would think so. I've been thinking about that all morning, waiting to come on the show, and I don't know, what to say. I would think they would go with one of the defensive players with that 5th pick. Arvell Reese, he seems to be the guy that everybody's so excited about. But I think I texted you this morning and said, look, I don't say I trashed David Bailey yesterday talking to you, Chris, but I was a little too harsh. And then I looked at some of my notes. I watched him for about a half hour, and I went, all right, time to eat your words. Made judgment way too quick. So David Bailey from Texas Tech, pass rusher. One thing I learned from Bill Parcells and George Young, don't worry about, we need a guy to play right corner. If the best player, and it's clear that he is, he might fit our best group of players on the field, don't worry about it. Do it. It'll play itself out. And, I tell people this, they go, yeah, I don't know about that. But we did that. And here's what helped us probably win 2 Super Bowls. That add-on to the strength of our football team was at linebacker, and his name was Carl Banks. How'd that work out?
Worked out pretty good, as we all know. We're talking with We're talking with Phil Simms here on ESPN New York. Phil, let me ask you this, though, about Bailey. And in trying to decide what the Jets are going to do there with that second pick, and we know about Arvell Reese, and maybe he's got the higher ceiling, and David Bailey, at least he's consistent when it comes to the pass rush. How do you feel about Bailey in terms of him as a run defender? Because obviously you don't want a guy who's going to be a liability in that department from a Jets standpoint. Will McDonald on the other side of the field, he's a guy who comes off the field during rundowns because he's not very stout in that department. So do you think that would be a drawback in any way for them in making that decision?
I do not. I'll read you my initial one from about a month ago. To say he was productive is an understatement of all time. And here was the first line I wrote. Sets the edge very well. Destroys blockers, especially tight ends and guards when they try to pull and, to kick him out to run inside. And his numbers, just athletically, these combine numbers, I do believe in them to a certain degree. I mean, he ran a 4.5. The jumping, all that stuff, really off the charts. And then, he was an All-American freshman when he played at Stanford. So this guy, so if he's the guy, I would feel good. And, of course, if Arvell Reese somehow fell down to the Giants with that pick at number 5, then Giant fans, you'd be happy, I think, with either one of them.
Phil Simms with us, breaking down the draft and the prospects that we're going to see at the top, especially now with the Giants and Jets, both with 4 picks now in the top 16. When we look at Jeremiah Love now, Phil, we've talked about him an awful lot when it comes to the Giants, but we've actually heard a lot more about him popping up with Arizona at number 3. Would that surprise you? I mean, that feels like a team that needs an awful lot, and a running back, even though his name is coming up a bit, boy, that feels like you're taking a pretty sizable chance.
Well, yeah, I would guess you could say it that way, or they're going to pick a guy that's going to transform their team right away. So just think if Jeremiah Love fell to number 5, would the Giants take him? And I said if they do, I wouldn't complain at all. And I don't think Giant fans would. It would be exciting. It would be very exciting to the team, to the players, and especially to the fans. So the Arizona Cardinals, come on, man, they're in a funk that they can't get out of. And Jeremiah Love he's almost like a quarterback. He's going to excite the fan base, excite the players, the coaches, the front office. And I've told Chris this many times, so not many, but enough. Jeremiah Love, when he runs, reminds me of Gale Sayers.
Wow.
Now, people are not going to remember that. Maybe it's not quite as demonstrative, but it's damn close. And once he gets an open spot, it's over. And those things, he's instant for the offense. And you got a new coach in Michael LaFleur. Let's see, who did he learn under? Oh, he learned under Kyle Shanahan. So they're not going to be super pass happy. They're going to block, run the damn football up in there, and, kind of go from there. So that kind of made sense when you think of Michael LaFleur being the new head coach. And also Marvin Harrison outside, Michael Wilson too, a wide receiver, doesn't get much credit because he's, around big names. But they're going to see a difference. They're going to get one-on-one. They're going to get a lot of looks that they can't see, but they will see a different one now, or different ones if that happens, because of how you got to defend Jeremiah Love.
Phil, curious about Ty Simpson, obviously, because we figure he's going to be the next quarterback that goes off the board, after Fernando Mendoza. I guess the way I'll put it this way is, how far would he have to fall in the draft before you would be comfortable sending the card up with his name on it?
Well, so much would depend on my football team, what I got, what I believe. Is that what we need him to really get us over the top and all that? That's not going to be the case with Ty Simpson. I would say, once he gets past 20, if you take him, not many people are going to complain. And I probably would feel a little better that we didn't use, the top 5, 10, even 15 maybe spots to draft him. I do believe in his talent. He measured at 6'1", 211. I heard so much about this size thing. I don't look at 6'1" and 211 thinking, wow, that's a small man. But the thing about him, even if you think the league did this, the young or the smaller quarterbacks are not getting it done the way people want it. So they want the bigger quarterback who can stand in there, make throws and all that stuff. And, when you say that, you want the quarterback to be able to absorb punishment. And could guys like Bryce Young, Tua, could they absorb that kind of punishment just to bring up 2? Probably not. So the bigger quarterback is in vogue again, that looks like. But Ty Simpson, 6'1", people say, well, you got to throw over those linemen. No, you don't. You don't throw over them. I don't care how tall you are. When a 6'5" defensive lineman raises his hand, you got to throw around it. You can't throw over the top of it unless you're throwing it deep down the field. So Ty Simpson, it would not shock me if he goes through the first round that the Arizona Cardinals would take him high in the second round.
Phil Simms with us. As you look at any of these, so everybody we've heard from about this draft seems to suggest that there's probably somewhere between 15 and 17 players who are of first round caliber. So that would mean both these teams have first rounders coming their way should they stay put. What I guess my biggest question here about this is, like, is it even worth it at this point for either one to consider trading back when you hear that that's what we're dealing with, that maybe the value really drops off right at about that place?
So what are you saying? So they take one of their high picks and trade back to get
more picks in a draft where there may not be, it may not be considered the biggest draft or the deepest draft.
Yeah, Chris, it seems like I hear that same damn statement every year, and I think they're
You're
saying
welcome.
this because, it's okay. And I'm sorry, but it's shoot, I forgot what I was going to say there. But yeah, the quarterbacks make it. When you look down at it, I see a lot of guys that are really close when you judge them, and that goes not for running backs, but wide receivers. There's many opinions out there. Pass rushers, linebackers, there's been a lot there. I think overall, I can't just knock it off talking about it. I think this sneaky good group of tackles coming out in the draft that are going to help a lot of teams. And a lot of these tackles, what I saw, I really didn't watch one where I went, oh, wow, he's terrible. Every one I was like, man, 6'5", 325, what the hell's going on? Everybody is big as hell and athletic. It's like a different group. It's not this guy that's 375 and, he's just going to overpower you. No, there's some really good athletes playing tackle that are going to, I think, find their way in the starting lineups before the season starts.
If you were a general manager, Phil, because obviously you played the game a long time and you know what it takes. When you look at a prospect who might have all-world talent, but unfortunately has had a hard time staying on the field, like, some people say if they're injury-prone, they're going to stay injury-prone. Where do you draw that fine line between talent and then availability when evaluating a prospect to just how high he should come off the board?
Yeah, I think that's, it's way over my pay grade now, that's for sure. But, that must be really one of the toughest things about judging and drafting these players. And, of course, there's always going to be some that have had numerous injuries in college, and you worry, will it still happen? And of course, one of them, who I just looked up this morning, Jordan Tyson, who I think is going to be picked. I picked him to be the 10th guy picked by the New York Giants, and he has those hamstring issues, which I've heard about many times on TV. But right now, his skill, his talent, and what I see on the field, I don't care about those hamstrings. I mean, you're going into pro football. They're going to look you over, try to take care of you, because I think he's a pretty valuable piece to any offense he gets drafted into. I mean, he can run. He can play anywhere on the field. He wins the 50-50 balls. He beats just about everybody one-on-one when they try to cover him that way. And I read this last night. I don't know why I didn't know this already. His coach at Arizona State was Hines Ward.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a pretty good feel what the hell the NFL is about. And we should see really the makings already of a good NFL receiver and not being green where, in college football sometimes it's just besides screens, they throw little other dumping passes. But this will be interesting to where it goes for the New York Giants, that's for sure.
Phil, you're coming into Friday morning. What has you excited if you're a Jet fan or a Giant fan after round one? What are you going to consider a win for both of these teams?
Well, I think for the Jets, it's widely talked about, I think. I'm not sure. Arvell Reese, the linebacker, defensive end, he's going to get better, all this. It just seems to be an overwhelming, what's the word for it, that everybody that does this for a living, you hear it on TV, he's talked about that he's going to be way up there with the talent and all that. I like him a lot. There's no doubt about it. He's 6'4", 241, and he's going to just continue. When you look at what he's done in his career, he's just going to keep going forward. So I guess that would be, if the Giants draft Stoney Styles and Jordan Tyson, I think I wrote those two down, that I would go, wow, that is really, they hit a home run in that case. With the Jets, I don't have the same great feel for what they actually really need. Hey, they need more players on defense. They went out and got a lot of veterans, which is going to really help. They just need their biggest deal. We need to change our attitude down here. And that, of course, that goes for the players, but it mainly goes to the coach. Whatever you did last year, it didn't work. And you can change. We had a coach one year, he was trying to, satisfy the players. And then the second year, he goes, to hell with the players. We're going to do it my way. And his name was Bill Parcells, and it worked out pretty well.
You mentioned a coach's name, Phil. I was going to bring up another one of Bill's old things that he used in terms of evaluating players. He was always big when he was talking about drafting guys. He emphasized players that come from winning programs in college.
Right.
How important is that? Because you just brought up, like you said, with the Jets trying to change the culture, trying to change the attitude. How invaluable do you think that is, bringing in guys that know a thing or two about winning in their football lives up until this point?
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I do think that does, I'm not going to say it's like something, wow, that's great, we got to do it because they won. Well, Ohio State, then we'd have to draft every player, because they're going to be great every year, and you can't figure out who the better players are because there's so many good ones out there. But, yeah, usually when you come from those kind of programs, you got a coach that's really stern. You have to practice and do a lot of things and do it well to keep your job. That's it. And Bill Parcells, his biggest thing maybe, when in doubt, take the bigger guy. I mean, that's one thing. He would talk endlessly about defensive front guys, offensive linemen. If they didn't meet the criteria of the size that he wanted, they weren't coming to the New York Giants. So it's really, I understand that about playing in winning programs. That doesn't hurt because you got a lot of people when you have a winning program that put a lot of work in to win, and that'll carry over to the NFL.
Phil, the insight's been fantastic the last several weeks. We can't thank you enough. We're going to talk to you soon, but awesome stuff. Thank you for making us all a little bit smarter about Thursday.
Thanks, Phil.
Well, man, I don't know if I made you smarter, but thanks for having me on. And, Dan, good talking to you. And I don't know, is Bart on another vacation? Is this guy getting more vacations than any human on earth? What?
I guess my question to that would be vacation from what exactly?
That's a good point. That's a fair point.
Phil, you're the best.
Hey, that's a home run, Chris. We'll end it there. That was a great line, man.
Leave on a high. Leave on a high note.
Good night, everybody. Take care, Phil.
See you, Phil.
Okay.
Phil Simms. And, to his credit, he kind of reached out to us, not too long ago and wanted to kind of get into this stuff with the draft and was excited to do it. He's been great over the last several weeks in breaking it down for us. And, he's been a Simpson guy.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing about Simpson.
I don't know what that means, though. Like, what does he top out at?
I think we can agree. Phil will probably tell you something. He's not just a plug-and-play guy.
No, definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not. You can't just, blindfold, take him anywhere and plug him in and he's going to work. It has to be a unique set of circumstances. And back to I wanted to circle back real quick to one thing. I brought up that part when I asked him about, drafting guys from winning programs. And it doesn't always play out that way. But Look at the team right now, at least in the NFC East, that's been the standard for the last however many years.
Yep.
Howie Roseman has a particular liking to a school down in the SEC. That's one of few things.
Yeah.
And sometimes overlooking character concerns either. And it seems to have worked out okay for that football team.
Yeah, not a little bit. Yeah.
Going down to Athens and plucking all the Georgia Bulldogs. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and wasn't shy when there was a Jalen Carter issue. None of it.
Nope.
Had no problem with it. It's
No.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel at 800-919-3776. Hey, Knicks fans, playoff time. ESPN New York taking over the streets. Join us for a live Game 2 pregame block party outside the Garden, Plaza 33. It starts today at 3 p.m. Don Hahn and Rosenberg broadcasting live, talking Knicks, breaking it all down, and getting you ready for tip-off. It's your city, your team, so come be a part of it. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. We've got Sideline to Sideline coming, and I've got a few different things to share from a lot of the work I've been doing getting ready for the draft for the coverage on ESPN Radio. And I've had 3 players out of all the people I've talked to that I cannot get them to say a single negative thing about. And this very much affects the Jets and Giants. We'll talk about it next on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
In the lane with 2. Floater at the horn is good and rattled in. 19 first quarter points for Brunson.
The Hawks.
Deuce off the dribble. Buries a 3. Deuce McBride came to play in the fourth quarter.
The NBA playoffs.
All the way to the rim. Right-hand bank shot and a foul. Karl Anthony Towns is taken over.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of, the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And, these boats are, the fastest boats in the world, racing, with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool. And it's going to be so electric in New York. And, it's our home event this year. So we're pumped.
We are pumped as well. Taylor, we appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver, Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
New year, new season, same goal.
feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is a Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, the Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Min. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out the Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. We appreciate our friends from Dime Community Bank just popped in for a few minutes.
Did we get confirmation, though, on the community?
Yes.
It is a community.
Dime Community Bank. That's right.
Good.
Our friends at the Knicks-Hawks round one. So here's the deal. Don't forget about the pre- and post-game. Tune into MSG Networks as they're going to host pre- and post-game coverage for each Knick playoff game all postseason long. Game 2 coverage begins 7:30 with the pregame show tonight, followed by 60-minute post-game once the game goes final. Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, Wally Serbiak, all in studio. Alex Monaco in the street interviewing fans. Look out, Jack. He got the special assignment. Interviewing fans. Monica McNutt.
Define special.
Tyler Murray will join throughout. Tune in tonight, 7:30, pregame coverage of Knicks-Hawks.
And don't forget, our pregame coverage here on this very fine station is a 1-hour vehicle.
That's correct.
So 1 hour, you take calls.
In the pregame.
This is the playoffs. This is the real deal. So you know what? The phones work in the playoffs.
800.
So you could dial us up.
919-3776. Let us go sideline to sideline. Tight as can be.
Sideline to sideline.
It's going to happen. This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
Tom, did I screw you there? Did I miss a cue? Was I wrong on we're doing sideline to sideline? Were we doing
Oh, no, you were all good. Oh. You were all good. I just needed to hit something over here that wasn't firing at first.
Okay.
No, it's a machine issue.
I think what Tom just did is I think he just covered for Boombaka. I think that's
was that a cover-up?
Did that just happen?
Don't you worry about what just happened.
I don't know if it was like a Watergate level
his hand up.
thing,
That's me.
You took the heat?
Tell you what, though.
You took the heat, yeah?
You know what, Tom? That's a hell of a jump by you.
I would just blame
take the heat. I mean, all right, no big deal.
I'd blame the wide orbit.
I don't even know what that is.
No, that's like the program in there, the system. A lot of people say, wide orbit froze. You know how many times a week I hear, wide orbit froze? That's how I know wide orbit.
Yeah,
Again,
let's blame it on that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, that wide orbit.
Let's get to it, Thomas. What do we got with some football?
All right, Chris, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off for you right away. Per Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero, the Steelers have not received word from Aaron Rodgers on his future, and there is no expectation of a final decision prior to the NFL draft when minicamp begins under new coach Mike McCarthy. Will Howard will be quarterback number 1.
Why would we think that this year would be any different? And I'm going to let my guy Max Starks have it on the coverage. He does the Steeler games. And I asked him, he's with us on all the coverage of the NFL draft on ESPN Radio. And 5 weeks ago, hey, are we going to know by the time the draft rolls around? Yeah, we'll know. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Yeah? Where are we at? He's going to do it again. And the only thing that's missing is what he almost, I would bet on it if there was, maybe in a prediction market I could do this. I don't know. Will there be some sort of Aaron Rodgers breadcrumb dropped on Thursday?
Oh, like
leading into the draft, especially because it's in Pittsburgh.
So this is like the equivalent of like A-Rod opting out of his contract during the World Series
exactly.
in
He did
2007.
He did this in Green Bay one year, and he did it with the Jets one year as well, where he left out a little piece of information there and made sure it got out right on day one of the draft. Let me make sure. Hi, everybody. I'm over here and haunting you.
And I was just going to sit here and say that for the most part this offseason, we've heard like nothing from him.
No, but listen, I'll make a prediction, all right? I'm going to say Pat McAfee's doing a show in Pittsburgh. I'm going to say that on Thursday, and I don't know anything about this. I don't know any of the McAfee
Has Pat
guys
McAfee recovered yet? From
yeah, he took a couple of bumps the other night.
I saw had to be stretchered out. I mean, was it that serious?
Well, maybe there was some.
Because that's real, right?
That's a little sell. Don't do this, okay? There is a Santa Claus. Stop. Don't try to ruin.
No, but that's real, right?
Man had a neck brace on. That's what I said.
No, it was a real neck brace.
Anyway, I will predict that Rodgers will go on McAfee's show on Thursday, and there will be something in there that will make a little bit of news because that's what he does.
I don't think you're wrong. I like the way it's all lining up. Like you said, I think could be.
Yeah.
And especially, how about this? Well, no, because he wouldn't physically be there. Like I could see them. Why don't he just walk out onto the stage with Roger Goodell during the draft and be like, "Hey, Pittsburgh, I'm coming back." But let's also take a step back. If you're a Steelers fan right now, I know you're not exactly brimming with options.
Yeah.
But based on what you saw from year one of the Aaron Rodgers experience, however he is 41, are you dying for another year?
No, I'm ready to roll with Will Howard. Let's go.
That's it. I mean,
that's what I want to see.
If you're the Steelers, I thought at the end of the season, it was a distinct possibility. I know they don't like to use that word, but the R word.
Yeah.
Start rebuilding a little bit. You got no quarterback. Cam Hayward's 58 years old. You got all these aging players, a new coach. Why don't you maybe start it over a little bit?
I could not agree with you more. You need to hit the reset button.
Yes.
I would not hate it, and I know it's heresy. If they actually went away from it, I could deal with a bad year if they traded T.J. Watt and got a bunch of picks. I'd be okay with it at this point because in the next couple of years, I don't think it's happening. I don't think Ty Simpson is going to be a Steeler.
I don't think you're wrong about T.J. I said T.J. Watt at the beginning of the offseason. People thought I was crazy. I was like, well, if the Steelers actually did the right thing and wanted to strip this thing down, that would be a guy you look to move. But now they're saying maybe even a guy like Alex Highsmith might be moved.
Yeah.
Because he's making a lot of money. And then you also have the other guy, or you have T.J., who's also at the same position making a lot of money. They might want to pair off a little bit.
I would not be against it. I would not be. But no, I got to sit and watch for Captain Ayahuasca to make up his mind again.
But realistically, though, in that division, aren't all four teams now just nothing but question marks?
Yes, I know, but that
no, but really,
yeah, I get that. But what does it mean in the
They're not championship. They're not championship caliber teams.
But none of them are playoff game winning teams, even at home.
I
agree.
Are. But maybe they look at, and again, to each his own. I don't know how these franchises feel, but it's amazing now that division, which in the last few years, there were times we would go into the season saying, you know what, 3 of those teams might make the playoffs. Now we're looking at them all what are they? What are they? What are they? We don't even know. The Ravens and Steelers starting over with new coaches. The Bengals are and the Browns are a disaster.
Yeah. And I'm sure that they probably look at the division that way, and I don't think that's a healthy way to run the organization.
No.
But that's me. Next.
A lot of juicy nuggets here on Sideline to Sideline today. We're going to get more into around the league, but first we're going to go back to New York here. So this is from Ian Rappaport, post-Dexter Lawrence trade. The Giants, who had gotten trade calls centered around Kayvon Thibodeau for the last few months, considered less likely to trade him now following that Lawrence move. No one's ruling anything out, but consider it unlikely. And this one coming from Paul Schwartz, DJ Reader to the Giants is likely after the draft concludes.
None of that is, well, we talked about that the other day with Bart, about if you're going to trade Lawrence, would you trade Thibodeau too? And I mean, it's a different position, but it's pass rush. I don't know that right now, if you trade Thibodeau, it's the worst idea in the world. It's just, you can't trade him for a fourth-round pick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the market? I don't think that people are lining up to get their hands on him.
Listen, if somebody lined up and gave you 2 and got desperate, jump on it. But that's not going to happen.
And I think twofold. I think with Kayvon Thibodeau, it's also a valuable
Giants
lesson.
also do not have a 3 right now this year, by the way.
Well, if you can get the 3 back, that'd be great. I don't know if you're getting it, but you're not re-signing him. I don't think he's back. Like, you know what I mean? They're not going to give him an extension. But that's also, and I don't want to throw cold water on this. This goes, for the Jets too, but like the Giants. Remember, it was just a few years ago where they had the 5th and the 7th pick in the draft. Or where was Kayvon? Was he 5th? He was 5th, right?
Kayvon was 5th.
And you ended up with Kayvon and Evan Neal. And how's that worked out for you? You know what I mean? So like getting crazy about 5 and 10, like, yeah, it's great on paper. It looks good, 4 days before the draft, but you got to hit on these picks because we saw what happened in that case.
Next.
All right, let me just pull it up here because I lost it for a second. There we go. This one from Adam Schefter this morning. This is very interesting. So we had been talking about A.J. Brown and a lot of Philly drama going on for a while. Well. From Schefter, the Eagles remain open to trading A.J. Brown, and the Patriots, they're highly interested in acquiring the star receiver. Conversations are expected to resume shortly on or before June 1st, which likely will culminate in a deal according to league sources. Pat Kung.
Yeah. Here's the thing. That was happening all along. That is nothing new. I think it's been very clear for a while, just given what the salary cap implications are, that when they trade A.J. Brown, it's going to be post-June 1st. Everybody in Philadelphia expects it to be post-June 1st, and then it'll happen. What I'm really curious about, what is the package that A.J. Brown gets? If he gets a 1 for next year, does he get more than that? I mean, first of all, a 1 for next year, exceptionally valuable. Exceptionally more valuable than it is this year, at least at the moment. Because it's supposed to be an incredibly deep draft, and I don't just mean quarterbacks, I mean a lot of positions.
Or does the compensation get mitigated to a certain extent depending on how much of the money that they're going to pick up in the contract? Because isn't he due like $40 million?
Something like that. But
And
if I'm the Eagles, I cannot trade him without getting a 1.
Well, no, but like if you, and I think that part of the reason why they designated post June 1 is that it splits the money, or it splits the hit for at least Philly in terms of over the next couple of years, because there's going to be some dead that they absorb into that.
That's why. That's the whole deal.
I think the compensation is going to be contingent upon how much New England is going to pick up with the contract.
I'd be surprised if they traded him for less than a 1. And I think they would really. He may want out. He may want out because of Jalen Hurts. Like they have to say, listen, AJ, we cannot trade you for less than that.
Maybe it's just me. And I'm not sitting here saying that like A.J. Brown's not good or talented, but it's just, to me, he almost falls into one of these categories of how we look at some wide receivers as almost like dime a dozen, right? Because he's been already, now this will be his 3rd team. He's already like so well traveled in such a short amount of time. And you're thinking to yourself, if these guys are as great as we think they are, or some people claim them to be, like, why are they always on the move? You know?
I know.
No, don't get me wrong. He's good. He's really, really good. But it's just, especially now, like leading up to the draft, like, I don't know, these wide receivers, it's almost like the quarterback is the most important thing, right? And if you got a good quarterback, they can make a guy who's quote unquote pedestrian into a productive player. You know what I mean?
Like, I do, but I think ultimately that's the problem in Philly, is the quarterback. I think that is the big problem. And I think if it was up to A.J. Brown, he'd probably want to stay too. I mean, meaning that he wants to go,
right?
Because he has to play with the Hurts. But if he could play with somebody else in Philly, I think you would want to stay. I think that's an irreparable.
I wonder what
situation.
Devontae Smith's feelings are on it. You know, like
it's a good question.
We don't hear from him.
Eagles. I don't know if they're going to take a wide receiver in round 1, but that'll tell you whether or not the deal's done already.
Oh, 1,000%.
Next.
3 more stories for you, rapid fire to wrap up sideline to sideline. Will Anderson, 3 years, $150 million extension, 134 of that guaranteed.
What an amazing deal for Will Anderson, because he's still going to be very much in his prime when he's a free agent.
And he is also now very much the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
What is he going to be, 28 when he's a free agent?
And he's very much good.
Yeah.
Really. Think about what the Texans pulled
That's a hell
off
of
that year with the
analysis
draft.
you just gave us right there.
You know, think about that.
It's very much good.
Who did they trade out with that year? Was it Arizona?
Arizona.
Think about that. And you end up with, Stroud, I know the jury is still out, but I mean, the fact that you then trade up and you get Will Anderson is better than them all.
Yep.
And I'm glad you mentioned Arizona. We're going to get to them in a second. But first, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that Trent Williams signed an extension with the 49ers, 2 years, $50 million.
Okay.
For the 39-year-old. And the last one from Ian Rappaport, Jacoby Brissett is not attending Phase 1 of the offseason program of the Arizona Cardinals. He's asking for an extension that pays him starter money. Brissett is going to make $9.06 million in 2026, only $1.5 guaranteed money. He wants some security. To me, that sounds like, you know what? Ty Simpson, welcome to Arizona.
You know, I'm sure they'll draft Ty Simpson, but I'm just curious to see what the Cardinals cap situation is. It can't be bad because, who else are they really paying?
Well, did you see this
the Cardinals have $41 million in cap room right
Did you see this back and forth now, with Jacoby Brissett and the GM, Monty Ossenfort? And, he said, nobody's our starting quarterback right now or something like that. And then Jacoby Brissett, put something on social media, that's an interesting situation out there.
If I were Jacoby Brissett, I'd be careful here because the Cardinals really do not care. Do not care.
No, I don't think they're.
I mean, when he says he wants starter money, does he want $20 million? Good luck. Good luck. Maybe they'll give him a bump, but not much. Can you justify that?
No, but it's so funny how we're talking about a guy now who's kind of buried on the depth chart there, or that one bad team won't commit to, as possibly he was like a jet bridge quarterback option once upon a time. And I like Jacoby Brissett a lot, but Arizona's got a lot going on right now.
Dexter Lawrence is an ex-Giant. We discuss next on ESPN New York.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, May 2nd for the Yankees' annual Star Wars Day. Enjoy special appearances by some of your favorite Star Wars characters, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Max-free Mandalorian bobblehead. Get your tickets now for Saturday, May 2nd, Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium. For tickets, visit yankees.com/tickets. And may the Force be with you.
Monday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The show will be live from the Knicks block party outside of MSG ahead of Game 2 between the Knicks and Hawks.
Right-hand bank shot and a foul. Karl Anthony Towns is taking over, and this place is going nuts.
We'll have special guests throughout the show as the Knicks look to go up 2-0 in their series against Atlanta. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from the Knicks block party on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let me say this. If you're an experienced superintendent in Jersey and you know you're better than the situation that you're in, Tricon Construction wants to talk. They're building serious multifamily, medical, and industrial projects across the state, and they're looking for leaders, not babysitters, real projects, real support, real backing from ownership. If you're ready to step into something bigger, go to triconbuilds.com/careers. That's triconbuilds.com/careers. And yes, it's confidential.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2026.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg this Thursday night for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants now have 4 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Plus, the guys will also react in real time to Game 3 of the Knicks-Hawks series. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and ESPN New York.
The Michael K. Show Reverse Remote, baby. That's right. It's coming up on April 23rd. It's presented by Floor & Decor, a full show takeover with everything you need to upgrade your home while we break down everything happening in New York sports. And if you're in Brooklyn, stop by Floor & Decor's flagship store at 850 3rd Avenue, because while we're on the air, there's plenty happening in store. It's the Michael K. Show Reverse Remote. It's presented by Floor & Decor. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Vinny is in Staten Island, and he is up on ESPN New York. Vincenz, what's up, baby?
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Greg.
Just want to touch on the Giants quick, then the Jets. With the Giants, Dexter Lawrence, that was a great move. Get rid of Thibodeau. If you can get a fourth for Thibodeau, get rid of him.
Ugh.
With the Jets, it's a no-brainer for the Jets. You got to get Arvell Reese. He's a game changer. Get one of these good receivers in the draft, and then you just go for Carson Beck with the first round and the second pick. Carson Beck is better than Mendoza. He's going to be a better player in the NFL than Mendoza.
Listen, I gave you some latitude even when you called me Greg. Do not tell me that Carson Beck is better than Mendoza. Carson Beck, I will say this. Carson Beck's probably the third best quarterback. Now, it is a distant third.
Yeah, what is that saying?
It is a distant third in a bad lot of quarterbacks. But the one thing I talk to people about with Beck is everybody knows he's got the traits. It's just two things. Number one, the Miami offense was much, much, much simpler than the Georgia offense. they did not ask Carson Beck to go out there and win games for them. And number two, while he has got all the traits, he still does some mind-numbing things at times that can just drive you absolutely insane. And I would just point you to the end of the national championship game. What happened? Carson Beck threw an interception.
I personally have seen plenty of Carson Beck at multiple stops. You know, as you said, I even for a fifth rounder, like I know the guy that they like and would be willing to take a flyer on in the mid rounds is Drew Aller.
Really?
Yeah, they had him in for a private workout in Florham Park.
Be careful on that one.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying, like, aren't all of these guys reaches at this point, Greg? Aren't they?
I don't know, Al.
I mean, Bill, it doesn't matter who you draft at that point. It's literally like blindfold throwing a dart against the wall, especially at quarterback.
Bobby's in Connecticut. Roberto, what's up, baby? How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? I mean, love listening to you guys, man. You guys are awesome. I just had a point towards Jets, actually. I think Bailey or Reese, I think we would be in good hands. I think they got a lot of upsides. But I just wanted to add one thing. Why we always talk about, last year we talked about the quarterback pool is going to be awesome this year. All of a sudden, what happened to that pool? These guys still have talent.
Yeah.
Some of them are actually multi-year starters. So I don't get it. Why they still can't be
Bobby,
good.
I've never seen this before, and I've asked people who have covered the draft year in and year out if they've ever seen this before. When you look back at last year at this time, we all talked about how deep of a quarterback class this was going to be this year and how the majority of those guys either A, got hurt, or B, played horribly. Played absolutely horribly and played their way out of it.
Well,
It's fascinating.
Point, but just to ask you one thing, they still have the talent, right? They still can be developed. I mean, they're multi-year starters. They have a lot of upside, I'm sure, like, kid from Anar from Penn State and even the kid from LSU. I think that seems, I mean, I watch a lot of college football too. They seem very solid players. I mean, if they put them into a right position, like don't start right away, just give them enough time to develop, like say 6 months to 8 months. We have Gino. Gino can actually last, at least help us out this year.
Listen, Bob, I appreciate the call. I think it's a fair question. Like, they still have the talent, right? Okay, so do you have the right guys to harvest that talent? Aller would be a guy that I would point to. All right, he got hurt, but he was playing poorly before that. Remember the end of the Oregon game? He threw a terrible interception where they could have gone to overtime. And I think there were a lot of people looking at him at the time like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? So if you're going to take a flyer on him, can Frank Reich be the guy that draws out of him all the best of the physical traits that he clearly has?
You know what's funny? Back in January, when the whole Dante Moore indecision was going on, Willie or won't he, right? The guy that I pointed to was Drew Aller as being the case study for going back to school. Because this time at January, the year before, Drew Aller was maybe a top 5 pick, decided to go back to Penn State. What happened?
Yeah. Well, it went horribly for him.
You know what I'm saying? And think about how much money that cost him, even in an NIL world.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. We also are available to you on the ESPN New York app, but more importantly, in moments, we will get more back into the Knicks, and Game 2 coming up later tonight. Of course, later on today, Don Hahn and Rosenberg live from the Plaza doing the show at 3 p.m., but also Dexter Lawrence is a former Giant. What does this mean for Thursday night? We discuss on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
The Knicks.
In the lane with 2. Floater at the horn is good and rattled in. 19 first quarter points for Brunson.
The Hawks.
Deuce off the dribble. Buries a 3. Deuce McBride came to play in the fourth quarter.
The NBA playoffs.
All the way to the rim. Right hand bank shot and a foul. Carlin Anthony Towns is taken over.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more with everything in between. You can find what you're looking for on FanDuel, and the best part, it's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for primetime, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. So head to FanDuel.com/local to get started during this playoff run. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. From profit boosts to bonus bets and more with everything in between, you can find what you're looking for on FanDuel, and the best part, it's every single day. Make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM133469. MSRP $28,065. Zero security deposit. Ends 4/30/26.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg this Thursday night for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants now have 4 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Plus, the guys will also react in real time to Game 3 of the Knicks-Hawks series. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and ESPN New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
I tell you what, I can't. God, I keep doing this.
What's the matter? What'd you do?
Here's the thing.
What'd you break now?
My cords are all getting screwed up here because I got one. If I don't plug right into the
you have like a plug into a plug.
Yes,
into a plug.
Because the cord is either too short or too long. And right now it's too long, and it gets unhooked, and then it gets caught up in the chair. And then it's like all up in the wheel, and you're trying to separate that from it's a complete disaster.
Tom, do we have any like ties or like clips or something we could just like take all the wires and they give you those things for your TV cords.
You got like a zip tie?
Little zip tie.
Yeah.
Little zip tie.
Yeah. Listen, I'll take whatever I can get because this is no, don't bring me a zip tie. It's fine.
Well, it's not a zip tie, just a little like clip.
No.
No, you just want to suffer?
Tom comes prepared.
Nothing's going to help me right now. Let me be a martyr. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. It's noon. Tom, you got anything in the tank today? You want to go live? You want to go recorded? What do you want to do?
No, I'm going to go live.
Sure?
Oh,
Sure?
yeah. I'm not sick.
Listen, we can always go here.
Yeah, it's called Cookout.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we can always go there.
I hope we don't go that route.
You're right.
Go ahead, Tom.
It's the Power Hour. Died very quickly.
Yeah, really. You were a shooting star right there, my friend. That was a white hot giant that became one of those little tiny stars in seconds.
That was like a Pistons Game 1 performance.
Very close, appropriately so. That was a terrible, terrible performance.
Yeah, it's not good.
Unfortunately, Dan, I'm going to have to save that for Bart for tomorrow. We will get into that. We will get into plenty of the Knicks this hour at 800-919-3776. Game 2 coming up later tonight. Really off of Game 1, a very matter-of-fact situation, and it gave me no pause for anything other than I can do without 19 points in the first quarter, 1 for 11 the rest of the way. I could do without some inconsistencies here and there, but there was no part of that game that made me sweat in any way, and it had me feeling very good. And now it's just a step on the throat kind of a situation with the Hawks as far as they're concerned, because this is not a team that matches up with the Knicks at all.
Nope. Take care of your business tonight. Get it down to Atlanta and let them get all hyped up and then rip their heart out in Game 3. And, you want to maybe let them have 1 in Game 4 if it happens, okay. But then you go back home and end this thing in 5. This series shouldn't go past 5. You see there's a talent disparity between these two teams. The Knicks are clearly the better squad. And I think you said it earlier, unfortunately, the only thing you're going to learn about the Knicks in this series would be negative, right? Because, they're better. They're better. And the message has not changed in a week since even before we began the series. The Knicks are better than the Atlanta Hawks. It's as simple as that.
There's no getting around it. And tonight should be take care of business. That's it. Just, those series.
And I think they will, by the way. I think tonight's going to be more of a walk in the park than even Saturday was.
So no white knuckler at all. Yeah, I would agree.
Put your knuckles away.
I would agree.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Hide the knuckles.
Hide the knuckles. Okay. That sounds like that sounds dirty, just the way you said it. I don't know what that means. But anyway.
Well, you can't let your mind go there. I'm keeping this just strictly basketball.
Well, they're just flat out better. And I wish I had something revelatory to say about them right now, but I really don't. Because that's what I expected is a tough word. Because my expectations for the Knicks in the grand scheme have dropped based on everybody else, based on Detroit up until last night,
right?
Based on Boston, certainly. And so if they don't make it to the finals, I don't have the expectation right now of them being good enough to make it to the finals. But the expectation for me is certainly that they do not even allow this series to be an afterthought, or a thought at all. It has to be an afterthought.
And I think what contributes to that, and like you said, you don't have anything revelatory to say, and you're not at fault. Some of it is the Knicks, but I think also a large part of that is also because the opponent, right? Like we said, the Hawks are just there. They're a nice little team. They're a nice story. They played very well in the second half of the season. They were 20-6 after the All-Star break. By the way, 13 of those wins came against basically bottom feeders. Like 3 against the net. I mean, I have the number somewhere, but it's they beat nobody.
Yep,
basically
over that 19-5 stretch. Yep,
nobody.
Yep, and then. The other big news from the weekend is obviously Dexter Lawrence and what happened Saturday night. And I whether it's Joe Shane, whether it's John Harbaugh, whoever it is, I give them a ton of credit because it became very clear. My operating theory at the time was once the Giants, I don't want to say leaked, but gave an idea to Paul Schwartz along the lines of Paul wrote a story on Thursday that, maybe they weren't getting a ton of calls on Dexter Lawrence. And I think that was the Giants trying to get it out there to Dexter, like, hey, you know what? Maybe your best course of action is to come back here because we're not getting a ton of calls on you, and nobody seems to be ready to line up to give you that. And that, to me, then in turn ticked off Lawrence, and that's what he said, I'm good. I'm not going to play for you again. So for the Giants, having it be so clear that he was not going to play for them again to be able to get the 10th overall pick in the draft for him, even though the team that was acquiring him knew that they were going to have to kick him some more money, man, that's an impressive move. That's an impressive move because when the top half of the draft is about where the first-round talent truly ends, you end up in a remarkably good spot with number 5 and number 10.
And I think the proximity to when the actual draft is what was the most shocking reveal in the return that they got. And that's why none of us. I mean, think about this. Who gives up Who trades a top 10 pick less than a week before the draft?
Yeah.
Nobody. Like, we that's not, and in the NFL, we're like, expect the unexpected. That is not standard operating procedure. And it's one thing to trade draft picks, like a future one or whatever in like 2027. Okay, great. The problem with the future one is there's uncertainty to it. Like, you don't know where that team's going to finish, what type of. Now you know the actual value of the pick. It is the 10th pick. And they got that for a guy who had no business or really had no desire to play for you any longer. You don't know how he would have played for you or anybody moving forward, right? Because coming off the season he had, wasn't in very good shape, let's face it, okay? I'm not making this news up. People close to the situation said the same thing. And he's a guy who's going to be 29, which at that age, like defensive tackles are not necessarily going to start to play their best football as they get older and absorb that much more of a beating. It's a home run for the Giants. Now you got to go out there and you got to cash in on the pick.
And after all that, after being ticked off at him last year for being out of shape, coming off of a foot injury for a big man, which is almost a cardinal sin, and having a bad season, they still wanted him back because they still know what kind of a player he was.
And they held all the leverage, too, by the way. And that's why me and I think a lot of other people thought that this was unlikely, is that Giants held all the cards. You're talking about a guy who was under contract for 2 more years. And the surprising thing to me is that, it was Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It was Cincinnati. Because, let's face it, we're all friends here. They're cheap. Yeah. Bengals are a cheap organization. And I asked the question to Phil, and I don't know if he necessarily, maybe I'll blame myself. Maybe I could have phrased it better. But the point I was getting at was, I'm sorry. You ask anybody that knows anything about the NFL, not just the Bengals, would you rather have the 10th pick in the draft, or would you rather have, would you rather have Dexter Lawrence, or would you rather have the 10th pick in the draft and Trey Hendrickson, who you failed to pay for the last 2 years? So all that money that you wouldn't give to Trey Hendrickson, who's a better player than Dexter Lawrence, you then decide to pay Dexter Lawrence and sacrifice the 10th pick in the draft? That makes no sense to me.
No. And the general sense around the league, from what you hear, is that everybody is surprised the Giants were able to get that.
It's incredible. And that's why if I'm a Giant fan, before you even know what the 10th pick is, before this team even steps out on the field 5 months from now, the guy who's swinging the deal and pulling this type of a maneuver a week before the draft is the guy who's now running your franchise. I think you're in good hands.
Does this at all for you change what your plan would have been with the 5th pick?
Oh, absolutely.
Knowing now that you have the 10th pick.
Absolutely.
How so?
Well, obviously it gives you options. Right? Not just options in the sense that, okay, we'll take this guy or we'll address this need in the first round, we'll address this need in the second, third round, or whatever it is. I don't know if you read the article. Rich Cimini had a phone conversation with one Jimmy Johnson, okay? And we know Jimmy Johnson had the huge trade with the Herschel Walker and the Vikings all those years ago and really set the course for what became the dynasty with the Cowboys and all those draft picks that he got there. And the point that Jimmy made in the article, which I think is a good one, is, and this was in reference to the Jets, because the Jets have all these picks, in the first 2 rounds over the next 2 years, is that when you have these premium picks, don't look at it as if you have all this wealth of draft capital. You still have to approach each pick as if that's your only pick, because then you could get a little too cutesy. You could then take some flyers, and that's when you swing and miss on a lot of these deals. So as long as it's great to have all this draft capital, but still approach each one as if that's the only pick you have. If the Giants take that same approach with 5 and 10, I think they'll be in good shape too.
Okay, so with that in mind, in getting ready for the NFL draft, we're doing it on ESPN Radio this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's Ian Fitzsimmons, it's Jordan Reed, it's Mike Tannenbaum, it's me.
Be honest with me, will you?
Max Starks. Yeah.
You get a little bored by Saturday?
I wouldn't say it's bored. You get a little stir-crazy around round 6. You get a little stir-crazy around round 6. Because Saturday's much more of a talk show.
Oh, yeah. Saturday's a lot of,
And it's 7 hours minimum of a talk show. Now, we've got 5 guys there, so it's not like we're going to have any trouble killing time. But it gets a little stir-crazy. Like, I might say something stupid around late round 5.
Well, I don't think stupid is the way to go.
I mean, all right, troubling.
Let's face it, the majority of the guys that are drafted on Saturday.
To Tom's point, if I were to potentially die on the air, like I did nearly at the Florida-Georgia game,
that's extreme.
By the way, Carson Beck was awful in that game. That might have caused me to choke and die in that game.
Now, do you think there was a correlation in any way with the way that you almost died on the air and the way he played?
I wouldn't be surprised because you talk about choking it up. Whose choke was worse in that game, mine or Carson Beck's?
Well, yours could at least be attributed to Pepsid AC, right?
Correct.
You said
yes. And just the smallest little particle of it that just came back from nowhere.
That could do that. People don't realize that could do that.
Well,
just
it did it. It did it. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but yes, by around round 6, it could get a little bit dicey.
Most of these guys don't see, NFL Week 1 rosters. It's tough.
And here's the tricky part, too.
Yeah.
Really, this is just more about me. In the 3 previous drafts that I've done, there are not snacks readily available. And when I say readily available, within like a 5 to 8 minute walk where I could go during a break and grab a snack, a bag of something.
Is there an equivalent to like a craft services table?
There's not a craft services for us. No. There's craft services for the TV guys, but they're going to be well over on the TV side.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. All I need is I need a bag of chips. That's what I need. Give me a bag of chips and we're good to go.
Protein bar, maybe?
I'll tell you what. Give me an Uncrustable. How about that?
Really?
Yes.
Now, do you prefer?
I fell back in love with the Uncrustable at the Big 12 tournament because those were over at the craft services department of ESPN TV.
Refrigerated, unrefrigerated? Do you have a preference?
Here's the problem. What I've learned about it is you're supposed to freeze them.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
then let them thaw.
Yeah.
So if you just leave it in the fridge, then the jelly starts to poke through after a day or two. It goes. It's not a good scene. So if you freeze them, and then maybe you put them in the fridge after that to let it thaw a little bit, you got to eat it within a couple hours.
I don't want my Uncrustable to look like something else.
You're going to go grape or strawberry there?
Grape.
Yes, of course you are. You know why?
Grape.
You're an American.
That's right.
That's why.
I pay my taxes.
Yes, strawberry jam or jelly.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know
By the way,
that
what the
is.
hell is jam?
What
the hell is that anyway?
I'll tell you what it is.
It's
a waste
jelly,
of my time.
It's jam. What is this?
Yeah. No.
You can't have, why? Seriously, what's the difference between jam and jelly?
Did you ever hear there's an old song called Must Be Jelly because jam don't shake like that? It was talking about a woman, but still.
Right. No, but I didn't know that.
Must be
seriously,
jelly
is it a
shake like
is
that.
it a consistency issue? With
I don't know. I don't know.
Tom, what do we have as far as jam
Difference
versus
between
jelly?
jam
Do
and
we have
jelly?
any substantive
Let's
anything?
ask Grok or Gemini.
Chat GPT or whatever?
AI. I'll tell you, the AI thing, you can have it. It's wrong a lot.
So I do have a very quick explanation from AI here on Google. The primary difference is the form of fruit used. Jam is made from crushed or pureed fruit, resulting in a thick, textured spread. Jelly is made solely from strained fruit juice, producing a smooth, firm, and clear gel. And the preferred choice, jelly.
Yes. Tom, grape jelly? Strawberry.
Oh, always grape.
PB&J, Bubaka. We on the same page here? You going to make it 4 for 4?
Oh, yeah.
You can speak freely.
No. We're all on the same page here.
Okay. Anyway, that's my point is I'm back in. You get me an Uncrustable, we're good.
How long? So how long are we talking? You get the Uncrustable, that's enough fuel in the tank for.
I'm on a GLP-1 now too. Remember that?
Okay,
so that helps. An Uncrustable can.
And what does
carry
that take away the appetite? Is that what that does essentially?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It kills a lot of the cravings too.
Okay.
It might make you feel a little bit fuller for a little bit longer.
Now, do you go with any? Is there a beverage that best is suited with the Uncrustable? Is that something you just like with water?
When I was 7, it was milk.
Right.
But we didn't have Uncrustables when I was 7.
Chocolate milk? Is that what you're saying?
I would do that.
I'm a big chocolate milk guy with my PBJ.
I don't hate on that at all. I don't judge. I can actually just go.
I would probably have to stand next to the bathroom if I had that meal that Tom just articulated.
What, are you lactose?
Yes.
Oh, you are lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just go water with an Uncrustable. Absolutely.
I do water with it's not great, but peanut butter and jelly, water.
Again, it's been a renaissance of me with this the last few weeks since the Big 12 tournament. Yeah, fell back in love.
So is this did you go as far as a home purchase, or did you just stock up? Really?
Oh, yeah. No,
so you went all in?
There are Uncrustables in my fridge, in my freezer.
Put
it in the fridge first, found out the hard way. Not the thing to do.
Those are staple, and you know this. They are staples in NFL, quote-unquote, locker rooms, training tables, this, that, coming off the practice field.
Absolutely.
And you know what else is I found, believe it or not? I was very surprised to see, polio string cheese. Like string cheese.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't think that.
Nah, listen.
Cheese, a little binding, you know?
It is a little binding, but listen, I love a good string cheese. I won't have more than one because of the binding factor.
Tom, string cheese, yay or nay?
I'm not a big string cheese guy. I just like the straight up like cheese slices that you can get from the deli.
I like cheese, yeah, but I'm not a.
But you would eat a cheese slice just like by itself?
I used to do that as a kid all the time. I'd go to the fridge, grab a slice of American, and that would be a nice snack.
When I was big, I used to go to the grocery store, that deli counter. My mom, we used to get that sliced cheese. I'd get one from the man at the counter and eat one. That would save me the rest of the day. At least until we got out of the store.
I used to get the rye bread with the butter when I was a little baby. My mom would get the guy
at the store.
Counter. Yeah.
Wait, how did
Yeah.
How did that work?
I would be sitting in the.
She wouldn't like open up a bag of rye or like a fresh.
The guy behind the thing would.
Really?
The guy at the deli counter. Yeah, for some reason he liked me. When I was a kid, I had these big curls.
Okay.
Big blonde curls. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
Not quite like the Dutch boy Paint, but
no,
because he
not
wasn't
far though.
But he wasn't a curly guy. He had like that straight hair that went.
He had
below,
the straight hair, but
like Prince Valium.
Yeah. Prince Valium.
We talking curls like Andy
Another
here?
Spaceball's coming, by the way.
Yeah, I'm very lukewarm.
I know.
TBD.
I know.
Look before you leap.
I know, but still. Anyway, this went from Uncrustables to cheese
to rye bread
to Prince Valium.
Prince Valium, yeah.
He used to give me a little piece of rye bread and butter.
Yeah.
And I loved it. When I was like 2.
How do you feel about rye bread now?
Love it.
You like rye?
It's my favorite bread.
Is it the go-to bread?
Yeah. I mean, like as just a normal bread, yeah. As a sandwich bread, yeah.
I'm like
absolutely
kind of up in like lukewarm about rye bread.
Back to some football.
Yeah.
On that front, as we were talking about the Giants draft, in getting ready for the draft, I've talked to a lot of people. I don't want to try to overblow this. Dan, I know a lot of people. Okay? I know a lot of people around football.
You know people.
I know people.
You have contacts.
I know coaches. I have contacts. I know talent evaluators. I know people. I'm a big deal, not just physically. So I have reached out to this intricate network of football sources that I have to get impressions on particular players. Now, to make them feel more comfortable, tell them this. I'm not looking for you to tell me who you're picking, if it's a team. I'm not looking for that. What I'm looking for is your evaluation of some of these players and what you think, okay? So there are 3 players in this first round that I cannot get anyone
to say a crossword about, whether it be college coaches, whether it be talent evaluators, whether it be NFL assistants. So far, men of the cloth,
not one.
Nothing.
Absolutely. Priests, you got it.
Vicars.
Yep. Team chaplains, trainers, whole thing. 3 guys that I cannot get anybody to say a negative word about. Would you like to guess as to who they are?
Yes. This is a game that, I'll tell you, I had a lot of fun playing the How Much Did He Make earlier today. I thought I did well with that. All right, so if there's 3 guys.
3 guys.
And if this was like the Family Feud, this is a survey of approximately how many.
There's 3 guys with an exceptionally close 4th.
Okay. And what are we, like, just rough guesstimate? Like you said, like, how big is the survey of how many people were polled on this, roughly?
So far, I'd say 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it Richard Dawson, was it?
It was Bart.
I'll start with Caleb Downs.
That is one.
That's one, okay.
That is one. Can I give you I just want to read you a couple of the incredibly...
the plaudits.
Yes.
Okay.
This is from a coach. I think I said this one last week. If I could draft one defensive player, it would be Downs. He could play anywhere. One guy was with him at Alabama for a year. One of the most efficient players I've ever seen. No wasted movement. Tons of poise. Very calm. Even he was at Alabama for 1 year. Thought he's the best player on our defense right now. Caleb Downs. And then the last one said he can do anything in an incredibly complicated Matt Patricia defense and hides what he's going to do better than 99% of the players I've ever seen. In other words, pre-snap, even a little bit post-snap.
That's tantalizing, I'm telling you, for the Giants at 5, man.
So these were all people who were saying, well, what about the safety thing? I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
The guy can play football.
Doesn't matter. And I've been saying this think about John Harbaugh when he was in Baltimore. When he got there, he inherited a guy by the name of Edward Reed. He was okay, right?
Yeah.
He was okay. And at the end, he had Kyle Hamilton that he took with the 14th pick. And in between, remember, there was a guy by the name of Eric Weddle who was also kind of like a quarterback for that defense because he was a veteran. He had seen it all, right? Yep. He had some good football left when he got to Baltimore after all those years with the Chargers. Anyway, Caleb Downs, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go, and again, not a glamour position because of just like safety, but Jeremiah Love, right? It's got to be him.
It's not.
It's not. Wow.
Incorrect.
Hit
the buzzer. Yeah.
I got buzzed.
Nothing horribly wrong with him, but just not everybody was convinced. They all think he's a tremendous talent, but not everybody had all positives to say.
Is any of that because he's a running back?
No.
There's a bias against running back.
No. I would say the majority of what they had to say was absolutely positive, but not everything. So do with that what you will. Give me another one.
I'll give you. Let me give you.
There
Arvell.
are 2 more plus a very close fourth.
Arvell Reese.
Incorrect. Incorrect, which I was surprised by. Now, one guy said he's a defensive coordinator's dream.
You put him in as a chess piece.
Because he can do anything you want him to do on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is how easy, is he just a pass rusher or not? They weren't quite sure that.
Well, he was barely a pass rusher last year, though, at Ohio State.
No, he's got the ability to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But that, the guy who was really the centerpiece of that defense, not Downs, was Sonny Styles.
Right.
As far as getting everybody lined up and where they're supposed to be and all that.
Let me, do we say Sonny Styles?
He is the close fourth.
Oh, he's the close fourth. He's not even one of the 3.
He's the close fourth.
How about Carnell Tate? I know I'm going very high.
Nope.
Ohio State here.
Nope. 2 more. Both offensive players.
It's not Mendoza.
It's not Mendoza.
No, definitely not.
They all say the same thing. He's by far the best of a bad lot, but he can be a really good quarterback, but nobody thinks he's going to be a superstar.
Lemon?
Nope. Size working against him a little bit, but a lot of positives about Lemon. A lot of people don't want to deal with him.
I'll give you one. All right. Just because we're not necessarily thinking super. Kenyon Sadiq.
Bingo.
Yeah. No, take that back.
I was
take that buzzer back and apologize.
I'm sorry. I was used to you getting it wrong, so I had my cursor over the buzzer.
It's incredible.
I mean, it makes a fair point.
The lack of respect.
You had been wrong quite a bit.
Well, no. Are they wrong or am I wrong? TBD. Let's play this game again next year and see how they do as rookies. I hope we're saving this segment.
Kenyon Sadiq is certainly one, and one of them who played him said, walked out on the field, saw him, and I said, wait, that's just the tight end? We're screwed.
Was the final score that day 70-10?
No.
No, wasn't that October afternoon?
No, it was
in
not.
Piscataway?
It was not Rutgers related.
Oh, God. What an awful. That day. You were there, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I was.
I think unfortunately, I was listening to. I remember we went to go pick up a pizza that afternoon or that night for dinner or whatever. As I was listening to this carnage on the air, and I said, I don't know how much more I could take. And I must have uttered how embarrassing about 20 times, but
it was
anyway,
a bad one.
It was awful.
It was not even in the realm of Michigan 78-0.
What do you think about or West Virginia?
No,
at Morgantown.
That's the only game I've ever missed since I've been working at Rutgers. I had to go with Francesa to games 6 and 7 of the World Series in Arizona.
So that was 0-1. Yeah. That was Greg's first year.
Yeah.
Was that 80-7?
80-7. Wow.
That one kind of, you don't forget 80-7.
Yeah, I was very annoyed that I missed that game, and I still kind of am, but I'm not.
Yeah, why would you be? Yeah,
because I wanted to work. Because it was new and I wanted to work. And
but all these years later, it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got?
You got Caleb Downs. You got Kenyon Sadiq. You got Sonny Styles as a close fourth. You got one more player, again, an offensive player.
Probably a lineman, right?
No,
not a lineman.
Stretch.
Why don't you just go ahead and give it to me? Because
Jordan Tyson.
Okay.
Even with the injuries, everybody freaking loves him. And the thing I keep hearing about the hamstrings is that the coaches, Kenny Dillingham, was basically ready to fight him to keep him off the field because he had the one hamstring injury and hurt the other one because he was trying to play through it. Just could not say enough about him. And this is not from guys on the Arizona State staff, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you can't trust those things.
But you know what the problem is, though? Like, guys have told me this, like, just, obviously being around football and talking to, like, talent evaluators, scouts, and everything. They just have this.
You have your own little intricate network of sources? Is that what you're telling me, Dan?
I'd like to think
just trying
I've been
to make sure I
around
don't
long
have a
enough.
little. Okay.
But it's just like, guys, like, if they're injury prone, they're going to stay injury prone. You know what I mean? If they're this, they're going to be this. It's kind of like you don't really like. They don't change their stripes just because they graduate to the next level. You know what I mean? And that's a cautionary tale. It really and truly is.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. Are you happy with the return on Dexter Lawrence? Are you upset that he's gone? The calls are open for you. Also, the chat is open for you on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, which we will absolutely share with you in just moments. First up, though, it's game time, brought to you by our friends at Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time, 8 o'clock. Knicks, Hawks, Game 2. First round NBA playoffs coverage begins on 880 ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app starting at 7. And, of course, Don Hahn and Rosenberg are live from the plaza this afternoon beginning at 3. And Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
The Knicks.
In the lane with two. Floater at the horn is good and rattled in. 19 first quarter points for Brunson.
The Hawks.
Deuce off the dribble. Buries a three. Deuce McBride came to play in the fourth quarter.
The NBA playoffs.
All the way to the rim. Right-hand bank shot and a foul. Karl Anthony Towns is taken over.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Now, what is your role as driver of the U.S. Sail GP team?
So as a driver, you kind of have two different roles. One is trying to help make sure that the boat is going, as fast as you can around the racetrack. And then in addition to that, kind of the decision maker on board and, using the information that I'm getting from the whole team and the coach booth to kind of make those split-second decisions around the racetrack.
It sounds like an awesome atmosphere. What's the energy going to be like sailing right at New York City?
There's no better feeling racing in front of the home crowd, representing our country and hearing their cheering through our headsets that we have on board is, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. So we're pumped.
We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Tricon Construction is expanding across New Jersey, taking on larger, more complex commercial projects and delivering at a big league level. If you're a developer who values precision, accountability, and execution, you need a construction partner who understands what's at stake, timelines, capital, reputation. That's Tricon. They're building the right way with experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team that shows up ready. Serious projects, serious results. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
I can't do it today. I already have plans. Something came up. There are a million reasons to put off a cancer screening, but one reason to keep it. Early detection can save lives. Every screening, every result, every early detection matters. At Pfizer, we're fighting against cancer, aiming for 8 cancer breakthroughs by 2030. Join the fight against cancer and get screened at Pfizerforall.com/screenings.
My friends, ESPN New York and Floor and Decor are giving you the chance to design your day with Michael K. One lucky fan and guest will win a studio visit, exclusive meet and greet with Michael K. This is your all-access pass and experience you won't forget. To enter, head to Floor and Decor flagship store that is over at 850 3rd Avenue in Brooklyn. Design your day with Michael K. Presented by Floor and Decor. All right, let's hit the calls. 800-919-3776. Dave is in the car. He is up next on ESPN New York. Dave, what's going on, bud?
Hey, what's up, guys? Look, I understand the Giants had to make a move. They got a 10th pick. But I'm just putting this out there as a cautionary tale because I remember looking at the top interior linemen over the last 2 to 3 years. You throw out the last season for Lawrence. He's a stud. You can plug him into any of the top 10 interior linemen on any other team and replace them, and they wouldn't miss a beat at the level he was playing prior to the injury. So I'm just kind of in pump my brakes mode. Like, okay, he went to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's cheap. He's coming off a bad year. You traded a guy that if he was with an organization other than the Giants and they had any type of sound infrastructure, he would be taking them to the next level. I'm just throwing that out there. He's a stud. Throw that last year out, and you can't give me another interior lineman that's better than him. Not one.
Well, you're not going to get equal value right off the bat, Dave. And the Giants knew that going in. You know, like you're not going to trade a Dexter Lawrence. When did free agency begin? Mid-March? You know what I mean? Like a month into the process when all the big names are off the board and, you know, the big transactions have been made. And this isn't a great draft for interior defensive linemen. We know that.
No.
But it doesn't mean that they still can't make themselves a better football team by freeing up the player to get you another premium draft asset.
The primary thing that would concern me is just how bad the run defense numbers were last year for the Giants. and the fact that was with Lawrence.
Correct.
And
but it's been like that.
Yeah, but would it have been much better if they had kept him?
Well, guess what? Even when Dexter Lawrence was playing at a high level,
it was bad.
2 years ago, it still stunk.
Yeah.
It was still bad.
Last year was particularly bad. But I have to imagine that whatever Harbaugh's going to run out there is going to be much better in a run defense sense.
And the thing you have to keep in mind, and that's why this was shocking when we found out about it, that they got the 10th pick in the draft for him, is because this wasn't just like trading for a player. Whoever was trading for him then had to also pay him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you were just taking on a guy who had 2 years left on his contract. He was well paid. He was happy. He was content with his deal, and he couldn't wait to be a part of your team. He just hated the Giants, and he wanted to get out of there. No, this is a guy who wanted to get traded, but he also then wanted more money. And it worked out for him because he did get paid.
I think in the end, though, what people need to realize, he wasn't going to play for you again. He wasn't going to play for you again.
Look at that.
What?
Alec Pierce underwent an ankle procedure that'll sideline him for roughly 3 months, but he should be ready to go for training camp. Boy, those
signing a 4-year, $114 million deal?
Like the richest contract ever for a wide receiver. Boy, those, I'll tell you, the Colts. Who's got their first round pick next year?
That'd be the Jets.
All right. Can we confirm that? Is that a thing?
We pounding our chest right now? Are we doing that? Dial it back, man.
I never like to see anybody get hurt. Never.
Tessa in West Caldwell. Tessa, what's up?
Hey guys, just trying to stay calm. Thank you for taking my call. I'm gonna be really honest with you. Right now, I'm a distraught, chaotic, insane fan. I'm not, speaking from reality, which the reality is I don't want to focus on, awesome, we have 2 top 10 picks. I don't want to focus on, in the future, our franchise, will probably be better from this. I don't want to talk about none of that because I know that's realistic and I know that's true. Right now, I'm just speaking of a fan that has 4 Dexter Lawrence jerseys in my closet right now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not burning them or nothing like that, but I'm just really upset as a fan because you stayed with us in the trenches. You stayed with us when we was beyond dumpster trash juice in the basement. You re-signed with us. Now that your friends have chips, Leonard, Love, Saquon, it's like now all of a sudden you want to get mad. Last year, you was not 100%. You was hurt. Your elbow was not the same, bro. Like, stop. Stop acting like they just treated you like trash and you were still playing at a high level. Why couldn't you just wait this year out? I'm just, so upset. I love Dex. He's such a great guy, great on the field, off the field. He's a monster. And like Dave said, it's going to be very hard to replace him. You know what I'm saying? I know in the end we'll probably be better for this, but like I said, I'm not speaking realistically. I'm a maniac today. I'm speaking like a true fan. I'm just hurt right now. I understand, but you did us dirty now, it looks like. Now you talking trash already, knock it off, Dex. Guys, I just can't believe this. It's like he acting like he had the same Pro Bowl year last year, and now you want to get more money? No, prove yourself this year, then next year let's talk about it. I don't know what changed about this, man, but I'm just upset. He's a really good player. He's an amazing player, and I just, what you gonna do, get your New York Giants tattoo covered up now? You know what I'm saying? Dex, stop. But like I said, I'm just a maniac right now. By Thursday, I think I'm going to have a grip and be very excited for this number 10 pick we have now. But right now, I'm really in my feelings and I'm salty. You understand, right, Carlin?
Absolutely, I understand it. It hurts at first when something like this happens. I get it. It's going to take a little time to work through.
It is surprising that he's also talking up the Bengals like he went to Kansas City or San Francisco or one of these winning rich organizations.
Be honest. When it happens and they say, hey, you got it, you're traded. Cincinnati. Is Dexter Lawrence ha ha? Woo!
Well, I like the fact that they're trying to, a couple of people were trying to point out that, now he's reunited with B.J. Hill. You really think that, you think that, okay, so he knows one guy in the locker room. Dude, come on. The Bengals, all right, now they've got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I get it. But, think of for how many years the Bengals were looked at as basically like NFL Siberia, right? NFL Siberia.
I don't know how he would feel amazing about it, other than 28 million reasons why.
And he got paid, exactly.
Yeah, that's how he feels amazing about it. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, your last chance to get through at 800-919-3776. Boy, we all know who could not be happier about a Knicks playoff run and about the NFL draft and the Giants trade the other night. We'll get to them next on ESPN New York.
Monday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The show will be live from the Knicks block party outside of MSG ahead of Game 2 between the Knicks and Hawks.
Right-hand bank shot and a foul. Karl Anthony Towns is taking over, and this place is going nuts.
We'll have special guests throughout the show as the Knicks look to go up 2-0 in their series against Atlanta. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from the Knicks block party on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's there waiting for you today. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's there waiting for you today. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA.
21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Discover where your future can take you at SUNY Canton Spring Open House on Saturday, April 25th. Explore exciting new programs like data science and analytics and cybersecurity, designed to prepare you for today's most in-demand careers. Tour campus, meet faculty, connect with current students, and sit down with financial aid representatives. Plus, attendees can enter for a chance to win a scholarship. For registration details and information about courtesy bus trips from New York, email admissions@canton.edu. SUNY Canton, your future starts here.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. The ESPN app is your home to thousands of live events, ESPN shows, and originals across every ESPN network and service. And now you can check if you already have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. Visit activate.espn.com to learn how to access your account or sign up, then start streaming in the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
Rich Eisen here. Running a small business means every hire matters. A bad hire costs time and money, but the right one helps your business grow. The challenge? Finding that person without sorting through resumes. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It screens candidates so you can focus on conversations with qualified talent. With Hiring Pro, you can hire with confidence and build the team you need. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen. Terms and conditions apply.
Now through April 23rd, get to Floor & Decor's flagship store in Brooklyn at 850 3rd Avenue. Enter the Design Your Day with K sweepstakes presented by Floor & Decor. Discover unmatched selection, unbelievable prices, plus standout looks in tile, wood, stone, and more. Explore fresh ideas, find your inspiration, and see real people, real projects. The Design Your Day with K sweepstakes, only at Floor & Decor in Brooklyn. Now through April 23rd. Visit ESPNNewYork.com for full details and rules.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg this Thursday night for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants now have 4 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Plus, the guys will also react in real time to Game 3 of the Knicks-Hawks series. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and ESPN New York.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. ESPN New York YouTube channel. Dan Graca is in for Bart. Michael K., top of the hour. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live this afternoon from the plaza right next to the Garden. Knicks, Hawks, Game 2. We contractually must speak of an 11-game losing streak. It's actually in our contract with the Mets that if they lose 11 in a row, we don't have a contract with the Mets, that we have to speak about them.
Real quick, and I don't want to get off the Met because we have to talk about him here.
You're going to do it anyway. So
no, but this one last thing about the Giant thing, like in that trade. How much of a driving force do you think Joe Burrow was behind the trade? Because he's been very vocal, very outspoken, especially over the last year or so, about the Bengals and what they don't do.
Yeah, that's fine. What I would point to, like, I'm sure it was part of it, but what I would point to Joe is we just paid 2 receivers, not just one, because you wanted them both.
Well, and that's the thing. And Joe, like, and everything that Joe complains about that they don't do, and defense, this, that, or even with the Trey Hendrickson, it's like, hey, Joe, it's not like you left a dime on the table. You took every last penny and then some.
Yeah, and listen.
He's not Tom Brady taking less so they can go, field an all-pro team.
No. If the thing is, I won't point to Joe, though, and blame him for it. I will say maybe lay off complaining about it when that was exactly what you wanted, was for T. Higgins to get all that money. So that's...
And Jamar Chase.
Well, Chase you can deal with.
Right.
Because at least he's a number 1. Paying T. Higgins, too, that's rough. Yeah. But anyway, honestly, I just knew. I just knew yesterday. Watching the 9th inning, I knew it was going to be the Devin Williams meltdown. It's Conforto ripping one into the corner. Of course, the ball's going to get misplayed to allow the run to score.
By a guy who's a good outfielder, too, and Tyrone Taylor, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course it's going to get misplayed. And I knew as soon as Kimbrel came in, no offense to Craig Kimbrel, that I almost knew that the game was going to end on a wild pitch. Basically, which it didn't, but it moved him up to third. It was all too easy to tell when you have a 1-0 lead going into that bottom of the 9th, and it's the Cubs, and you've got Devin Williams on the mound. You know it.
But it doesn't. It's not even about Devin Williams. It's not even about Tyrone Taylor. It's not even about Craig Kimbrel.
No, it's about the way things are going.
It's just the way things are going right now. Like, and I know, like, the big Monday morning quarterback thing after the game was why didn't they intentionally walk Nico Horner and get to Michael Bush, who's been terrible this year? And they didn't like the manager's explanation. To me, I didn't even spend a second of time thinking about that decision while it was happening in real time. You know why? Because everything you just said. I knew they were going to lose. It didn't matter. Whether it was Nico Horner, whether it was Michael Bush, whether it was Leon Durham, whether it was Andre Dawson, it didn't matter who the hell was going to step up to the batter's box for the Cubs. Mets were not winning that game. I'm shocked that they even had a 1-0 lead going into the 8th or whatever, because I thought with David Peterson eventually getting on the mound, which he did, and by the way, didn't he give up a leadoff triple to freaking PCA?
Yep.
Right? So I thought, okay, here we go. The bottom's going to fall out here. I was shocked that they were even in position to steal that game in the late innings. I thought it was just going to be another annihilation like we've come to expect.
And PCA later on gets doubled off a third, which was just bizarre for him. But I know you're thinking at that point maybe things are going to go your way. No.
Because right now it's as bad could be. And, and I get it. It's only 22 games, so there's $140 left this season, which is remarkable. Like, imagine if you had to watch this for 140 more times, if it doesn't get any better, but which is crazy.
I saw a lot of bad Mets baseball hosting
We
that
all
pre
have.
and post between 2009 and 13.
If you grew up a fan of this team, you've seen nothing but bad
Yes.
baseball.
No, I
this is
agree.
an organization that's why we talk about when the Yankees are going bad. It's like, no, Yankees will figure it out. Even though it might not be perfect, the Yankees will figure it out, still put together a decent season, probably make the playoffs.
But stretches like this. So there's been one team, and it doesn't even really hold water, and we'll tell you why in a minute, but we'll just give it to you because you'll hear it at some point.
Yeah.
There's been one team that has lost 11 in a row in a season and made the playoffs. And it was the 1951 Giants.
Which is in a different stratosphere and it need not apply now.
Exactly.
When nobody made the playoffs then compared to how many teams make it now. But to your point, what we say about baseball, because it is such a long season, month of April, your only job as a baseball team, don't bury yourself. That's it. You can't win a division in April. You can't make the playoffs in April. But you could play yourself out of it, and that's the doomsday scenario. And we still have 10 more days left of the month. They got a 9-game homestand that gets underway tomorrow, which could make or break their season, but they are damn close to playing themselves out of it.
But here's the problem with the homestand, right? And I don't know if I said this to you last week, but they now find themselves in a place where that was going to be a stretch where you could do a little damage and not separate yourselves, but at least give yourself a little bit of cushion for later on if you had started in just normal way. Now, it has to be the dig out, and it's a minimum of 6 of the 9.
I would have said 7 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, and
You gotta play
wouldn't be wrong
catch-up
to
here.
say that. I mean, it's an absolute minimum of 6 because if you're just treading water over the next 9, what the hell are we doing?
And by the way, look, you can't take a little league team for granted now, stepping on the field against these guys, because that's how bad they've been. But Minnesota, Colorado, Washington.
Minnesota hasn't started that poorly.
But Minnesota has come back to the pack a little bit.
Yep.
They had an awful homestand.
Yep.
So none of those 3 teams have winning records. Minnesota's 500. That's like the best of the bunch.
They're 10-10 now?
Or 10-10, 11-11, something like that. They're a 500 team. Shelton got thrown out over the weekend when the mic. You heard him. It was pretty entertaining. You go look that up. But like yesterday, for example, and that's the other thing. All right, yeah, they still almost won the game, but Chicago's 5th starter, Javier Assad's not any good, and they couldn't do anything against them all day. They were 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Like, I know that there's no Juan Soto, but my God, what are they? What is happening? And
Juan Soto's absence can't be this.
No, it's baseball. It's not basketball. You're not putting Michael Jordan back onto the Chicago Bulls. It's one guy out of 9 in the batting order. Like, Mike Trout on the Angels was the best player for a long time. They never made the playoffs. It's one guy. Like, this is just, and it's not just one thing. The pitching stinks. The defense stinks. The base running stinks. The offense stinks. The situational hitting stinks. Like, you could sit there like everybody wants to throw Devin Williams. Like, stop. Like, you mean to tell me if you think if Devin Williams got 3 outs, like that somebody else wouldn't have then been the GOAT? You know, like in the next inning, there's so many other people. Like the fact that they didn't do enough offensively, it shouldn't have come down to like 1 inning or 1 run.
No,
right?
And I'm not ripping him. I just said you just knew at that point that's what was going to happen.
Right.
That's
If
all.
it can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Yeah.
Because they've put themselves in this position. But it's just, look, and I know everybody wants to say fire the manager, fire the manager, fire the manager. My answer to that always is who's taking over? Who's going to fix this? Because if you think Kai Correa is the answer, I got news for you.
There's one answer.
I got news for you.
There's one answer, and it's Beltran.
Yeah, but that's a guy who still has never managed a game before.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree, but there's only one answer that's going to make everybody at least feel a little bit better. That's all.
And look, you and I were talking about this during the break, right? And I don't want to be the Grim Reaper, but the fact that it's an off day, they've lost 11 in a row, homestand against winnable opponents coming up, you would think like, okay, now's the time. If you're going to make a move, you make a move. It's 1 o'clock or close to 1 o'clock on the off day. We haven't heard anything yet. I would like to think that by that time, maybe things are safe to where nothing's going to happen. And I hope nothing happens. I'm serious. Like, I think he deserves at least this homestand and the rest of this month to get this thing right with your best player coming back in the lineup.
Knicks fans, it's playoff time. Do not forget that ESPN New York is taking over the streets. Join us for a live Game 2 pregame block party outside the Garden, Plaza 33, starting at 3 p.m. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg broadcasting live, talking Knicks, breaking it all down, getting you ready for tip-off. It's your city, your team, so come be a part of it. Game 2 is tonight. The K-Ster is up next right here on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
In the lane with 2. Floater at the horn is good and rattled in. 19 first quarter points for Brunson.
The Hawks.
Deuce off the dribble. Buries a 3. Deuce McBride came to play in the fourth quarter.
The NBA playoffs.
All the way to the rim. Right-hand bank shot and a foul. Karl Anthony Towns is taken over.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tonight at 7 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.